What do you say? What do you say? I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. Um, so obviously the breaking news out of nowhere, Bray Wyatt released by the WWE. There should be a chat box on the screen. It should start kicking any second. I can see a few people dropping into the chat. That's awesome. Honestly, I feel really uncomfortable being live right now. I'll be completely honest. I what do you say? Like, Bray Wyatt is the best in WWE, the very best, and yes, there are better wrestlers. Yes, there's probably better people when you break down wins, losses, and all that crap. But to entertain, to completely overhaul your character and keep going, and to come back stronger, bigger, badder, better than ever before. And it's like people always say, I saw Plana Productions uploaded a video talking about how the Fiend was ruined. And that wasn't true. And the reason it wasn't true is simple. The people, I think the majority of people right now in this stream listening to me talking were hyped to see Bray Wyatt come back. That's why the Fiend could never be ruined, because people loved the Fiend. People can forgive. People do forgive. And people do forget. The Goldberg loss, etc., it sucked. It was horrible. We hated it. But ultimately, you look at it and you say, okay, Bray made it part of his story. Bray had the genius to do that. And then Vince McMahon releases him. And this might be a Nick Khan thing. This might be. It's happened. It's what we've heard before. And I sit there and I think, I don't care. People are saying he could have asked for his release. I said that on my video that I posted. Yes, you're right. He could have asked for his release. The truth there, though, is Vince didn't have to grant it. Vince could have sat down in a room with him and said, what do you want? What is it going to take for Bray Wyatt to stay a part of the WWE? And they didn't do that. They might have done that. That might be why he's been away from TV for so long. They might have been negotiating and couldn't reach an agreement. But you bend over backwards for a megastar. You do. I can't imagine The Rock or Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker or Kurt Angle being, sort of just thrown to the side. Right, Kurt Angle was released, in fairness, but I think he was determined to go. Bray probably was determined to go, but I think if WWE probably met the demands, like we've heard the story about the Cult of Wyndham podcast and things like that, like they would have just done stuff that he wanted them to do, taken him a bit more seriously, he probably would have been there for life, and he would have probably entertained us for life. Now, Bray Wyatt will likely go to AEW. Let's not break that down. I don't see any alternative. I think AEW is the place for him. And in fairness, it probably makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of his friends are there now. I think a lot of the people he came up in wrestling with are there now. So it's good to see him still on TV, hopefully in the future. But right now, this news is fresh. I'm not looking for in 90 days' time, if he has a 90-day no-compete. I'm looking at right now, and right now it sucks. Right now it honestly sucks that Bray Wyatt is no longer part of WWE. A lot of people in the chat, that's really cool to see. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all okay. It's gutting. I can see a lot of people saying I'm upset. A lot of people saying it's gutting. I agree with you. It is. It really, really is gutting. I saw Alexa Bliss's tweet. Alexa Bliss tweeting out that she was gutted, that she was sorry for Wyndham. I thought that was a nice personal touch. This obviously, I think if it was Bray Wyatt's decision, I think people like Alexa Bliss would know it. The fact that she seemingly come out in complete shock, it kind of indicates that maybe it might not be Bray Wyatt's decision. And if that's the case, more fool you, Vince McMahon, more fool you. Firefly Revolution, dude, shout out to you. I hope you're well. I hope he comes back when he's feeling ready. I don't know. Is it budget cuts? Because if it's budget cuts, they've just posted how they beat their quarterly report, what they expected to make, by millions, absolute millions. So it can't be budget cuts, surely. I don't know. I really don't know. I can see a super chat. Hold on. It's from Dontron. He says, "Could this be a storyline? Will you do AEW content?" So, could it be a storyline? Yes. Theoretically, yes, it could be. I don't think it will. I don't think it will be. I think WWE don't like to do that. I think it's too much, to be fair. Can I do AEW content? No. This is the honest answer. No. The copyright system they have in place will crucify this channel in a heartbeat. I have got a talking relationship with Bray Wyatt. Maybe there's something I can work out with him. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what's next for this channel. That's the honest truth. No idea at all. Obviously tomorrow, Sunday, it's meant to be theory video. That's not happening. There's no point. It's the honest truth. There is no point in me making a theory video. So that won't happen tomorrow. I don't know. I really, really don't know. And we'll wait and see. Can I cover other things? Yes, of course we can. We spoke about Sasha Banks' return last night. We spoke about, what did we talk about? John Cena signing the contract. We can make other content, and I hope you guys do stick around for that other wrestling content if we do decide to do that in the end. But right now, I just don't know. Genuinely do not know. I wanted to see him. Do you know, I was saying last night I on Taz's live stream that I can't wait to see his entrance with the new Tron. Like, that seemed perfect for The Fiend. It's like, obviously it's not custom built for The Fiend, but that would have been absolutely insane to see his entrance with that, man. That would have been so cool. Will you still do content? Will you still do content about Alexa Bliss? Yes. What will happen to the Firefly Funhouse? Give it to Baron Corbin. He needs somewhere to live. And that's another thing. What about the puppets? No one's thinking about the puppets in all of this, man. What happens to the puppets? Are they homeless? Poor rambling rabbit. Dontron says, bring him back. Yeah, I agree. You know, the first time they tweeted it out as well, a few people have sent it to me. And I won't lie, I legit saw it and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I saw it had been deleted. And I thought, okay, they've been hacked. Or, okay, they posted this by mistake. It's not true. And then they reposted it. And it was like, oh, fun. Great. Like, that was my initial reaction, was this isn't true. They've deleted it. They wasn't meant to post this. And then they posted it again. And I'm like, you want to put the knife in twice, do you, Vince? Like, I don't know. Before he could come back in front of fans too, yeah. I thought Bray was locked in for life. Yeah, I did. I thought he was. Are you getting super chatsy? We had one drop earlier. You don't need to send them, no, dude. You don't need to. Okay, I think we lagged a little bit there. We will always come back if there is lag. We always will. I'm sorry for the lag. Honestly, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just this time of day right now, this torrential rain and wind, it will just be bad. I'm sorry about that. I can see my speed on here. It's not saying it's great, so I do apologize. If we do lag out, we will always come back, I promise. Amazing Guy says I'm crying. I won't lie. I made the video, and before that and after that, there was tears. Like, I'm a 31-year-old man, and I just cried about a wrestler. That's kind of sad, but at the same time, I think understandable, because Bray Wyatt's inspirational. I don't know if I'm sure I've shared this with you. I made a video about it. I'm sure I did. Why Bray Wyatt is the best or something, whatever it's called. And in 2018, my partner passed away on Christmas Day. And in the February of 2019, my mum passed away of cancer. And it was a shit time in my life. Excuse the non-PG words. It was a really shit time. And I won't lie to you guys, I tried to commit suicide on 3 different occasions. And I fell out of love with everything. Everything. I didn't watch wrestling for like 6 months. I didn't do anything. I didn't go to work. I didn't do anything. I was so bad. And it was 100% it was depression. I didn't go to the doctors. Why would I? And then I heard things on Twitter about Bray Wyatt, about this Firefly Funhouse. And I watched the Firefly Funhouse on YouTube because I missed the first few weeks. And I was captivated, genuinely captivated. And it kind of inspired me to change this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, some of you may remember, back in 2017 and prior, it was all about wrestling figures, didn't really give a damn, 50 views a video, that was all, and I was happy with that. And this channel just died, I didn't really care about it, and then I just restarted it with theory videos and talking about Bray and talking about the Funhouse. And, sorry, and to kind of go full circle and to kind of now be in a position where it sucks. And I'm not in that position. Please don't think for a moment I'm in that position. I'm not. But to know, like, and I say it every time, Bray Wyatt is the reason that Luke Woods, See Wrestling, is still here right now. Without Bray Wyatt, I would not be here. I would not be sat here talking to you. And I am 100% sure of that. And it's not the stereotypical fanboying over Bray Wyatt. It's true. He gave me a purpose. It gave me a reason. I made a video. I talked to you guys in the comments. I talked to you guys on Twitter, now on Discord, on Skype. And that was all thanks to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt brought us as a community together. Without him, this channel would not be here. I would not be here. You guys might not even be in this comment section or on YouTube right now talking about Bray Wyatt. So it sucks. It really, really sucks. Let's all cancel our WWE Network subscription. Wayne, I understand that. I would hold off, dude. I would hold off. And the only reason I would hold off is there's a lot of wrestlers in WWE, and Bray Wyatt is just one. Ultimately, we love John Cena. We love Edge. We love Rey Mysterio. We love Ricochet. You know, you look at every single wrestler, even Baron Corbin. Okay, these people put their bodies and their lives on the line to do what we want them to do, and that's entertain us. Cancelling the network, cancelling that does not hurt Vince McMahon. It hurts them because, I don't know, it just sucks. Dustin says WWE trying to give AEW a shot to compete. Oh, maybe. Vince did say that maybe we can give them more talent. Well, here's a big one for you. I hope he goes to AEW. Yeah, I do. I hope he does. Just because I want him to stay on TV. I want his story to continue. And whether I can cover that on the See Wrestling channel or not, I don't know. That's far too early to guess at this point. Far too early. But I'll be honest with you. Like, I will do everything I can to make those videos. Because theorizing about Bray, talking about Bray, the guy is an absolute genius. An absolute genius. And you see Kyle Scarborough's tweet. He tweeted out hashtag cult with a gif saying free at last. And I think there's big things in the future of Bray Wyatt. Whether it's outside of wrestling. He could go and record a movie. He's got the team behind him with people like Jason Baker and Tom Savini. So maybe we're going to get a Firefly movie. I don't know, maybe. And it's like that is something I definitely want to cover on the channel. Because you know something like that's going to be filled with Easter eggs and filled with innuendos, and it's gonna be cool. And I kind of hope there's no ill feeling on Bray Wyatt's part. I hope this is what Bray Wyatt wanted. It just really sucks, man. It really, really sucks. I can see the chat, man. I can see every time people come in, there's like new, oh my god, this is a joke. Like, oh my god, this is shocking. No, you know, it's crazy. I'm gonna miss Bray. Yeah, same. A lot of people on Twitter are saying that he was the reason that Raw was good. You know, look at Monday. Right? Things you might have missed on Monday. There was a picture of Mercy the Buzzard, and we went mad for a picture, like just a picture of Puppet, and we're going, that's amazing, you know. And it really sucks. It really sucks. Has this been confirmed? Yeah, WWE tweeted it out. Tony Khan, best day ever for him. He probably is, yeah. What do you think they'll do with Alexa now? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The thing that worries me is we've covered all the Bray Wyatt news as possible on this channel. We really have. We talked about trademarks. We talked about names and things. And from memory, WWE own everything. They own the name to The Fiend. They own the name to the Firefly Funhouse. The Puppets' names. Sister Abigail. Those kind of characters and gimmicks are linked to WWE. And they cannot go to AEW. So if Wyndham does go to AEW, then it has to be brand new. He can't be Bray Wyatt anymore. And that might be a shock because we don't know what that story will be. I'm sure, 100% sure the story will be great because he is a great storyteller. Just last night, we made a video about the Burnt Fiend outfit and why he looked like that. And the thought that they put into that outfit is incredible. And that's why I wanted to make that video because there was so much just thought behind making an outfit that I didn't even consider that much thought had gone into something like that. So I'm sure the next story will be fine, but we don't know that yet. We just don't know. Tazzy says, I'm speechless right now, man. He was just talking about... we was literally yesterday. Callan Corner, shout out to you, says, I'm sad about this. I just hope we get to see him on TV soon somehow. Unless Bray wanted to release This Is Crap and WWE are dumb. Yeah, I agree. WWE hired Eva Marie to release Bray Wyatt. I don't think so. I don't know. I understand it in a way. If you're Vince McMahon, I feel like the ratings have not moved. This is me being, outside of loving Bray Wyatt. Okay. If you're looking for, okay, what's the next 5 years of the company? Now, yes, in my opinion, Bray Wyatt should be that. And if he's booked right, the ratings will increase. We all know that, right? We 100% as fans, as Fireflies, we know that. The issue there is WWE didn't take that seriously. And I think they're looking at 5 years' time and who can be the next big star. And I genuinely think they're looking at Karrion Kross. I think for this role, for Bray Wyatt's role on the roster, I think they're looking at Karrion Kross. And I think they see more in Kross than what they do in Bray. Like they see more in Omos than they do in Braun. Plus, they're probably cheaper. And that sucks. That legitimately sucks. If that's what they've planned, if they've sat there and said, we don't need Bray Wyatt because we can just use Karrion Kross. No. Just no. Like, Kross is great, but he's not a Bray Wyatt yet. And you're taking a massive, massive gamble if you think he is. Massive gamble. Lux7 says, what a crazy day, bro. Oh, you're telling me. I'm really pleased. This will make you guys happy, a bit of chuckle. I finished eating before I checked Twitter and saw this news. So I'm pleased I ate because I really don't think I'd want to eat at this point. Could this be a work? It could. It could. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I thought I was high. Yeah, man. Is Bray released? Yes. Yeah. I was waiting for him to return. You and me both, dude. You and me both. Bray and Braun will lead the Dark Order in remembrance. I hope so. That would be fine. That would be nice to see. I did see Braun's tweet. Braun tweeted out that he was waiting. I'm waiting here, brother, or something, with a picture of him and Bray. I thought that was really nice. AEW let him in. Azrael says, still trying to digest what just happened. Same. Absolutely same. It's shocking. It's one of those moments in wrestling where you don't think it's ever going to happen. Like, we've seen the releases. We've seen the releases over previous weeks and previous months, and we're like, oh, it will never be Bray. Although you're still sitting there worried. You know, you're sitting there, he's not on TV, you know. And we've seen all these releases, and it's very worrying. And then, boom. I don't know. It sucks, man. It sucks. Mini King says, I'm going to take a nap. I can't process this. Dude, I understand. This makes me sick to my stomach, says Shy Guy Promotions. Same. So pretty much Alexa's gimmick has nothing now. She'll be the next to be released. Just watch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll release Alexa Bliss. But let's not lie. We all know Alexa Bliss's contract ends probably around this time next year. So this time next year, she is very likely to leave WWE unless she re-signs. WWE just gave AEW a megastar. Yeah, I agree. I love you, C. Thank you very much, dude. I love you too. What would he be able to use if he goes to AEW? We were just talking about that. I don't think he can use anything. Bray Wyatt is a trademark name of WWE. The Fiend, I'm pretty sure, is. Firefly Funhouse is. The puppet names are. Sister Abigail is. Like, Wyatt Family will be. Like, everything that I think is tied into Bray Wyatt's character that we've known to date, I think, is all trademarked and registered with the WWE, so... You know as well, it's funny because obviously I talk to Jesse Calling quite a lot on Skype and stuff. And very recently they moved him off the WWE shop. They've always had Roman Reigns, The Fiend, and then other superstars as well. And they recently removed him from that. And I said to her then, that doesn't look good. And it's funny because you could kind of see maybe the writing was on the wall. Maybe Bray and Vince have been playing chicken, like, behind the scenes. Like, maybe Bray's been saying, well, I'll do this. And Vince is like, I'll do this. And they've been sort of at odds negotiating for months. Maybe. And maybe this is what the result is, you know? It's always possible. This could be a thing. I don't know. This could be a possibility that maybe Bray's been released and he's going to be offered a new contract to sign in 90 days' time for less money. It could be that. I don't think it will be. I really don't. I think the release will be done quietly. I hope this is April Fool's Day. Yeah, so do I. Worst move ever. Bray was WWE. Yeah, I agree. I don't get it. I said earlier, you wouldn't do this to The Rock. And you wouldn't do this to The Undertaker. And people will say that Bray could have asked for his release. And if you're Vince McMahon, or if you're in charge at WWE, that's when you bend over backwards. That is when you say, what can we do to make you happy? If he wants to do a podcast, you let him do a podcast. If he wants to go and record a movie, you let him go and record a movie. If he wants to not lose to Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, you don't let him lose to Goldberg in Saudi Arabia. Like, you start to do things that maybe he wants to do. You keep him a little bit happier. I mean, let's be fair. You wouldn't do that to Roman Reigns, would you? You would not let Roman Reigns walk into AEW. Why would you Bray freaking Wyatt? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe they've kept him off of TV for so long to maybe dampen his name down a little bit. Maybe to kill a bit of the hype for The Fiend. Or for Bray Wyatt, at least. And then, obviously, release him 90 days, maybe. He might not even have... He could be on Dynamite Wednesday. Let that sink in for a minute. He hasn't wrestled for a long time. If he hasn't got a 90 days, he could be on Dynamite Wednesday. WWE is stupid. I agree. I agree. What does this mean for 2K22? I've got no idea. DJ Tatterskins TK144 says it's like this. Bray Wyatt is the most talented wrestler WWE has seen in quite some time. This is insane. There was so much story to tell, and he was the most over thing. He was the next Undertaker, period. AEW. Yeah. I agree. I agree. How you booked the Undertaker. And it's not just a company thing. This is a Vince McMahon thing, okay? Look at how Undertaker is treated. Look at how the Undertaker is regarded. Now, to get to that, yes, there has to be losses. There has to be championship runs. There has to be upset, you know? Undertaker lost. Let's not lie. That doesn't matter in the long run. In 15 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 5 years' time, the Fiend should be that level. And there's no if, buts, or maybes. You had a megastar and you let him walk out your company. Whether it was him asking for it or Vince firing him, I don't know. But that sucks. That really sucks. And if we all saw the picture, I'm sure you did, of Bray recently, the dude is in insanely good shape. Insanely good. Bray is number 2 on trending. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. People love Bray Wyatt. People love Bray. People love the Fiend character. You know what the really sad thing is now? Do you know what the sad thing is? This is the sad thing, okay? You will see all the turncoats, all the morons who sat there and slated his character work, that trashed him. People like Meltzer, people like Wrestling Days, they will sit there and they will say, this sucks. This sucks. You know what? Maybe if you hadn't gone on the internet and trashed something you didn't like, maybe Vince would have taken it a bit more seriously. Maybe if you hadn't trashed it at every possible moment you possibly could, then Vince McMahon would have taken it a bit more seriously. Maybe he would have made Bray Wyatt a bit more happier, and maybe Bray Wyatt would still be there now. And if people like Meltzer and that come out and say that, my God, call them out, please, because they don't deserve to be wrestling fans. They really, really don't at that point, because ultimately they would be one of the biggest reasons why this has happened, because of the critics and the people who hate on him. They would then stop his push in the company, maybe then stop using his story and stop telling his story the way they wanted, which then might make him unhappy. It's that plain and that simple. Cat in Corner says, would I be wrong to say like and subscribe right now? People want to like and subscribe, that's completely their choice. I'm not going to force anyone. Pipe Bomb C. No, it's true. It's honestly true. You can't tell me that when you see someone like a Wrestling Days sitting there on his stream saying this sucks, or tweeting out stuff, horrible stuff about how the Fiend sucks and all this stuff, you can't tell me then that you're upset he's been released. You can't. Yes, okay, the character didn't go the way you want. Ignore it. It's not for you. It's 10 minutes on your screen. Focus on the other 2.5 hours. It's that freaking simple. And to sit there and say that these things suck and it didn't work and you don't like it, and now you'll probably bitch and moan that he's gone. Why? Because you want the views. You want people to sit there and go, yeah, we agree with you, man. We're all hate WWE. Yeah, do you know what? WWE fucking sucks for this. They fucking suck. But I'm still going to watch Raw on Monday. Why? Because I bet you Bray Wyatt is. I bet you he is, because he's still got friends there. He's still got people he's worked with his entire career on Monday Night Raw. And he would probably still want those people to be supported. He will still want us to mark out at Karrion Kross's next big moment. He will still want us to support Alexa Bliss or other characters like that. Why would he not? His problem might be with Vince McMahon. His problem might be with WWE management. But it's not going to be against wrestlers in the company. Him and Randy Orton are close friends. You know, his return's coming up very, very soon. He's rumoured for this week's Raw. Why would Bray Wyatt not want people supporting Randy Orton? Doesn't make logical sense. What is the future of this channel? I've got no idea. There's no point making theory videos on the Firefly Funhouse. So it's just a wait and see. Wait and see. We'll continue things you might have missed on Monday with Alexa Bliss, as long as she's on the show. Genuinely, as long as she's on the show. We're going to change things up. We've got no choice. This is the honest truth. You guys are here. I haven't had time to decide anything. We'd done a video and I had a minute to myself, and now we're straight into this live stream. So I haven't had a moment to think about the channel per se. But, you know, I don't know. We'll change things up a bit. The things will be different. Maybe we can do more. Maybe we can do less. I honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I want to know. I want to know because it's uncertain. But I just hope you guys join me on this journey because things are going to change around here. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. Will we talk about Bray Wyatt? I hope so. I really hope so. If he goes to AEW, Impact, NWA, if he makes a movie, whatever. Hey, here's the thing. Do you know what? Let me put this out in the universe. Now Bray Wyatt is released from WWE. Bray, do you want to come on the channel? I would love for Bray Wyatt's first interview to be on the C Wrestling YouTube channel. Do you know what? I'm going to have to turn my tablet on because I'm going to tweet him live. He's probably getting thousands of tweets, so he's probably never even going to see it. But I can ask him. I'll give you a fun fact, okay? So Halloween last year, Bray Wyatt was supposed to be here, right here on this channel, like doing a video. It was all agreed. It was all mutually agreed. It was all something that was going to happen, and then last minute things changed. But it was something that's been spoke about in the past, and now he's not under WWE contract. Maybe we could get him on here. Going Ghost says, could it be that WWE released The Fiend, but he comes back in another character, just like Mick Foley had many characters? Yes. Yeah. You mean, yeah, you mean like he could come back as something else? Yeah, he could. He could, theoretically. Will he? I don't think he will. Okay, so I'm 100% sure Bray is not going to see this tweet because I bet you I've just gone onto Twitter and my timeline is full of people atting Bray Wyatt. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them at all. Okay, so we want to. I don't normally tweet off my tablet. This is all new to me. Tribal Messiah, shout out to you, dude. Will he ever come back like Samoa Joe did? Yeah, I mean, he definitely could. Like, let's not put this any... It could be a thing where they want to reduce his contract size, and he's gone for 90 days, and then in 90 days' time he signs a new contract and comes back for smaller money. That's possible. I don't think it is. The way people like Kyle Scarborough are celebrating on Twitter, no, it's not. I don't think it's that. Could Triple H be like, what are you doing, Vince? Hey, Bray, NXT, please? And here's a load of money? Yeah, he could. Do I think that's happening? No. It's just one of those things. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think this is it. Sir saying if they release Liv... If they release Liv as well, my God. WWE just messed up. Yeah, they have. They have. They really have. Right, okay, let's do this tweet. Hey, at Bray Wyatt. Now you are free of your shackles. What could I write? If you are free of your shackles. Do you know what? I'm not going to send that tweet yet. I'm going to wait. I will tweet it by the end of the day. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I will send it. I just want to put the words right. And I don't want to seem angry because I am angry. And Bray could be sitting there right now very, very happy. He could be sitting there cracking open a whiskey for all we know. I don't know. Next, it's going to be Randy. I don't think Randy's going anywhere. But then saying that, I literally, how can I say that? When people would have asked me about Bray, I'd have been like, nah, he's not going anywhere. Oh, boy. What do you say? Like, it's shocking. It truly is shocking. This news is shocking. And oh, man, it sucks, doesn't it? I'm literally pissed off with the WWE. Same. I have to charge this thing because otherwise I can't see the chat. Why people blame Alexa? I don't know. People shouldn't blame Alexa Bliss. This is seriously got nothing to do with Alexa Bliss. I'm getting drunk tonight. Oh, I think I'll be joining you, dude. I think I'll be joining you. Utter disbelief. Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, and now this. Man, this is crazy, man. Yeah, I agree. It's nuts. It's really nuts. You've taken probably the best person. Now, okay, yeah, there's probably better wrestlers and all that stuff, but in terms of entertainment, and WWE like to remind you they're not a wrestling company. They're an entertainment company. This is entertainment. Do you know what I mean? The fact that there are 600 plus people watching this stream right now, and I haven't even got YouTube notifications. There's not even a damn thumbnail on this stream, and there is 600 people watching this. How mad are you, Vince? How freaking mad are you? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. What's going to happen to Puppet Watch? Oh, the poor Puppet Watch. My neighbours will be so happy. My neighbours are probably having a party right now. Lung Sausage says, honestly, could cry right now. No more Fiend. Excited to see what he does next. But this is going to hurt for a few days. I agree, man. I agree. It's shocking. It's shocking. It really is shocking. Completely shocking. I don't know. I'm hoping that there is something he has planned. Whether it's out of wrestling or in wrestling. I would love, this is what I would love, and people might disagree with me. I think Bray Wyatt can transcend wrestling. I think he's got the team and he's got the friends to be able to make this happen. I think he needs to do a Firefly movie. I think a Funhouse, a Fiend, The Man in the Woods, whatever it might be, he can legally do. And to be fair, if it's outside of WWE and outside of wrestling, I don't see any problem with him using a character called Sister Abigail or a character called The Fiend or Rambling Rabbit or Mercy or Huskus or anything like that if it's outside of wrestling. So, why not? Let's do a movie. Let's have a movie on Bray Wyatt, man. Let's forget the wrestling. Like, let's forget the wrestling and let's go full on. Let's go for, like, a feature-length 2-hour movie with The Fiend and the origins. Maybe, like, the origins of The Fiend. The Fiend re-emerges. You know, let's tell that story outside of the wrestling bubble. I think that could be a hit. Like, the fact you've got that cult of fans, pun intended, behind Bray Wyatt already, and then you're always going to get people going to see horror films and stuff. Like, let's make that movie happen. That's something I would love to see. Fiend was Bray Wyatt's idea, not WWE. Yeah, but WWE trademarked the name. So if WWE trademarked the name, unless part of the terms of his release is that he can use that character and use that name, it's not happening. It ain't happening. WWE will likely have paid people like Tom Savini and Jason Baker to make the outfit, make the mask. They will own it all. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. I bet your neighbours will be rejoicing now that you can't go nuts anymore. Hey, there's still Lily Watch. We can still do some Lily Watch or Alexa Watch or... I don't know. We'll do some freaking watch. We'll find something, I'm sure. Hey, maybe the puppets haven't been released. Ah, could you imagine if they do a WWE puppet show? I'm trying to make light of a horrible situation. I'm sorry, but that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Apparently Seth might get released. I doubt it. I want you to scream Cena Watch. I would, but I can never see him, so... A lot of people saying people might be released next. I hope no one does. This is the truth. It sucks when someone loses a job. Yes, we're all saying Bray can go to AEW and all that stuff, but do we know that AEW want Bray Wyatt? Let's be fair. Look at how they treated Abaddon. Like, she is a zombie character, and Jericho then tweeted out, zombies don't belong in wrestling. You know, that's someone that's contracted to their roster. Do they understand the supernatural characters? They didn't with Broken Matt Hardy, let's be honest. They didn't get it at all. Will they understand Bray Wyatt? Probably not. Aleister Black really hasn't done anything apart from attack Cody, so that's too early to judge. The Dark Order was a cult that's now been made into a comedy gimmick. So dark characters don't really go along very well in AEW. Let's be completely honest about it. Is it something they want? If they're getting Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, is that the direction then they want to go with a Bray Wyatt? It might not be. And that's the horrible truth, is it might not be what AEW are looking for now. And also, if they release Seth, if they release Randy Orton, if they release 10 other superstars, they cannot all go to AEW. Because all that will happen is AEW will get flooded with huge names. And people like Jungle Boy, people like Darby Allin, people like that will be pushed off their rosters. And eventually they will leave. And the company will be hurt because of it. And Bray deserves a spot in AEW for sure. If that's where he wants to go, for sure. But I think there's more for him to do. I really do. Bray requested Vince to release him. Yeah, we've been talking about that. I mean, no doubt it probably was a Bray Wyatt request. I'll be honest, Vince should have bent over backwards and kept him. That's my opinion. Is yes, Bray might have had his heart set on going, but if you double his pay, if you say, okay, what's your story? What do you want to do? Let's lay out the next 12 months of your character, and let's see if you're happy with what we can agree with. If they can come to an agreement. If Bray asked to go, then he's not going to go. There's the difference. There's the big sway, you know? I'm crying now, see wrestling. Oh, dude, I did that earlier. Don't panic. Today is Bray and Alexa's anniversary. It is Heel Nero. You're right. It actually is. See wrestling. Meltzer just reported it's because of budget cuts. And here's the thing. I don't know what that is on Twitter, but WWE, let me find it. I'll find it and read this to you, because this is shocking. If Meltzer is reporting that this is budget cuts, honestly, F you. Because WWE Public Relations tweeted out onto Twitter July 30th, yesterday, that WWE Quarter 2 earnings surpass estimates. That's the truth, right? So WWE's total revenue just for the second quarter of this year was $265.6 million. Let that sink in. $265.6 million. $265.6 million. That's how much they made in quarter 2 of 2021. That's not even the whole year. That's a quarter. So if you then put that into 4 quarters, WWE are in line to make $1 billion this year. And you tell me you need to cut fucking budgets? You can't have Bray Wyatt on your roster because you need to save a couple of £100,000. F off. F off with that excuse. WWE should have released Asuka instead of The Fiend. I don't think they should have released anyone instead of anyone. Asuka probably will eventually be released. They don't seemingly use her the way she should be used, like many other people. Today's the day I turn away from WWE. I think a lot of people will, and that's the honest truth. I think a lot of people will. It sucks. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. If you're looking at a time in wrestling right now, and you look at these channels like Wrestle Talk, or not really Wrestle Talk too much, but What Culture or Cultaholic, okay? And you know the kind of videos they make, looking at wrestling, past, present, future and stuff. In 5 years' time, they will make a video about this day. And when you look at this day, you look at the fact that CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are rumoured to go to AEW. So what does WWE do to counter that? Release Bray Wyatt, who then likely goes to AEW. And this will be the monumental shift, because WWE can bring back Edge, they can bring back Cena, they can bring back The Rock, they can do these big, big things, and people love it, and people will still be hyped for it, there's no doubt about it. People love what's happening. But what do people see you doing with their other stars, with their other favourites like Bray Wyatt? Releasing them. Aleister Black comes back on TV for 1 week. Released. He's now in AEW as well. And you see all of this, and in your psyche, in your head, you're thinking, well, AEW are doing really good things, while WWE are doing really suckish things. I wonder which one's a better show. Of course, on that basis, it's AEW. So this could be the day. Remember this. This could be the day that wrestling changes. This could be that starting shift of a lot of people. A lot of people in this chat are saying, what's happening? What does this mean? You know, AEW, I'm going to watch that now, and I'm not going to bother with WWE because of this news. If that's the story, if that's what they're going for, Vince McMahon just fucked up. What is going to happen with this channel now? We'll continue. We will continue. I don't know. I don't know. We'll continue doing predictions. I like doing predictions. We'll do predictions. Things you might have missed. It's a tough one because you know the funny thing with things you might have missed video series. Hold on. Sorry, I think I've missed a super chat. Someone just said you missed a super chat. The Moldy Spoon. I've criticised Bray and Alexa since December, but I love the guy. I critique as it upsets me that my favourite was doing something I was not a fan of. That's fair play, dude. That's fair play. Critique and hating is two different things, always. So, things you might have missed. The funny thing about that was I started that as a weekly video series in December. Legit, 2 weeks before The Fiend was burnt alive. And if you don't know what happened then, is we then didn't have Bray Wyatt on TV for 3 months. 3 months he was off of TV. And when he returned, he was back for 3 weeks. And he was gone again. And we've done it every single week without Bray Wyatt being there. Now, things you might have missed has always been based around Bray Wyatt. It's always been. Obviously, now it can't be because he's not there. But can we do things you might have missed without Bray? Yes. Can we do it a different way? Yes. What will happen? I don't know. Is the honest truth? I don't know. I haven't had time to think about that. I haven't had time to think about a format for the show. I haven't, in all fairness. Like we use the Firefly Funhouse intro on the channel, which, I'll be fair, WWE, I reached out to them in 2019 and they were very, very welcoming. They were very, very friendly. They were very cool. And I asked them if I could use certain things, and they said yes. Is the honest truth? They said yes. And people always ask me why I use the Funhouse intro, because I just think it's a fun song that makes people happy. And I wanted to make people happy with my content. So let's start the video with that, and let's hopefully put a smile on someone's face, because that's the whole goal. And that's why we use the intro. WWE gave us permission to use it. We used it. Can we use it still? Yeah, if we wanted to, of course we could. But there's no point. In fairness, there's no point. Maybe there'll be a reason to use it down the road. Maybe. I don't know. It sucks. It really sucks. As I said, I just hope a lot of you guys do continue to join us on the journey, because one thing's for sure, we're all fans of Bray Wyatt. I'm pretty confident about that. But we're still wrestling fans, okay? Let's remember that. The reason we like Bray Wyatt is because we like wrestling. And wrestling is still probably the best thing in the world. It's the most awe-inspiring, captivating thing. A lot of you in this chat will agree with me saying SmackDown is the better show. SmackDown has not had The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, or the Funhouse on it for a long, long time. And it's one of those sad things that wrestling will continue. Whether Bray stays in wrestling or not, wrestling will continue. And of course, you have the personal choice to not watch it if that's what you choose to do. But wrestling is still fun. And don't turn your back on wrestling, because wrestling will always have your back. Wrestling will always be there for you whenever you're down, whenever you just need something to, escape the outside world. Look at the pandemic. We was all sat in our houses for months, for over a year, in fairness. And wrestling never stopped. Everything else stopped. Normal TV shows stopped. You had other sports stop. Wrestling found a way. Both Impact, not both. WWE, AEW, Impact, they all found a way to continue doing what they were doing. And hats off to them. And wrestling is still cool. Vape Ross Vape says they cut Bray. They can still use The Fiend. They could. They could recast The Fiend. They could get someone else to play The Fiend. Is that what you really want to do? Will fans accept that? Here's a good question. Here's a good question for the chat. Would you guys want someone else to play The Fiend? There's the honest truth. Would you want like a Kevin Owens or a Baron Corbin to play The Fiend? I personally would say no. Like, it would never be the same. If you re-emerge the demon, I'm just seeing no's. No. There's literally no. I've not seen a yes yet. Oh my god. No. I think no's win this one. Let's just put it like that. No's win. I think if you brought back the demon Finn Balor and used the demon Finn Balor like you used the Fiend, yes, that's fine. It's his own character. But to have the Fiend, Kevin Owens, people would never accept it. People would never accept it, because we all know why they're using the Fiend, Kevin Owens. It's not part of the story. It's not part of Bray's story. It's just because they fired Bray Wyatt. No one to play the Fiend, please. No one else. DJ Tatskin says, let's get a few of us and do a round table podcast on this. So much to cover. Love your thoughts on it. Keep it up. I don't want to continually talk about this. I really don't. This is something that I wanted to do a live stream for. I made the initial video because I knew people would ask me what my thoughts were. I knew that, and that will stay on this channel, no doubt about it. A live stream I felt was needed because I could see on Twitter people were hurt. People are legitimately hurt by this, and I know that because I'm one of them. Like, that sinking feeling in my stomach. Like, let me break this down, okay? The videos, the entertainment I provide to you guys on YouTube, hopefully it's considered entertainment, not torture. They're one thing, okay? I could go and make videos about anything in the world. about Funko Pops, about Australia, about Boris Johnson. As long as you continually do it and build up your channel over time, you will make video content successfully and you will make money. I've decided to go down the route of wrestling, predominantly focused on Bray Wyatt. And I don't want to do videos on anything else, is the honest truth. I don't. Wrestling, we can scale it back to that. I'm accepting of that. But it sucks. It sucks for the channel. One of my first thoughts was the C Wrestling business, because C Wrestling is a registered business here in UK. C Wrestling is trademarked. The name is trademarked to me. I own that name and I have to pay loads of tax and all this crap. And, you know, that's going to affect the business revenue and all this stuff. There's a lot to go into it. And I'll be honest, it's not something I'm worried about, in all fairness. The sinking feeling in me was, man, that sucks for Bray. That sucks for fans. That sucks for me as a fan. And I'm pleased about that, because it means that I haven't changed who I am, you know? And one thing that always worries me about doing YouTube is you can very easily lose sight in yourself. And you could very easily lose sight in what it is that made you a wrestling fan. And I haven't done that. I haven't focused on the money. Like right now, people can, if they choose to, send a super chat. Of course you can. But it's not on the screen. I don't want the advertisement of, hey guys, drop me a super chat, because I knew there'd be people here in this stream, and I think we've had about 600 people. And it's crazy that many people are here today. But I don't want you guys sitting there thinking, I must super chat. If you want to and you have the spare cash, of course, that's your God-given right on YouTube. But ultimately, it's not something I want to advertise. I don't care about the money. I'm sat here today, and yeah, I think earlier on I even did a name drop. I did an entire name reveal out of nowhere. Boom! Mind blown. Oh, I don't know. How would you feel if WWE released Liv Morgan? Don't even, they can't. They really can't. If they do that, F them. F them. F Vince McMahon. Well, to be fair, already F Vince McMahon. No, do you know what? Do you know what? Fuck PG. Fuck Vince McMahon. That's the motto of this stream. Fuck Vince McMahon. WWE released Bray Wyatt, but not Jackson Riker. Yeah, right. Why did they release him? Details haven't come out yet, dude. We don't know. Ross Vape says, what's a super chat? Buy super chat. That shouldn't be that funny, in all fairness, but that was funny. I like that, dude. Well done. Oh, man. If he goes to AEW, will you start to cover him? I'll be honest, okay? I would love to make AEW content. We did. We did. Since AEW started, we made AEW content. We talked about Moxley's debut. We spoke about Jericho winning the title. We talked about AEW at every big moment we possibly could. Because I want to see a rival company. I want to see other wrestling shows succeed. Their copyright system is a problem, okay? And that's not me trying to bitch. It's not me hating on AEW. It's not me being an E-drone or any of that crap that you see on Twitter. It's their copyright system. Their copyright system means that I got a copyright strike before. Other creators like Conman167 got a copyright strike. An unfair copyright strike. When I got my copyright strike, it was for a video talking about the AEW video game. Ironically, the video wasn't monetized. It was just a random 3-minute video that I made talking about their game. And they copyright striked it. I emailed them and I asked AEW what the problem was. And they told me the content on the game is fine. And I'm like, well, why the fuck have I got a copyright strike for? Like, you striked me and then told me it's perfectly fine? What? And then after that, I had to fight the copyright strike. They can press a button and remove that strike. They didn't. They made me wait weeks for YouTube to manually go through and do it. And they could have just pressed that one button and saved me and my channel a lot of hassle. And they chose not to. So I would love to cover AEW. I would love to make All Elite Wrestling content. No doubt about it, I would. Malachi Black's debut. I was so hyped. I wanted to make a video. We did a community post. But is it worth risking this entire channel to make AEW content? You look at somewhere like Botchamania, who got his channel terminated by AEW. Even after they helped him and helped him and helped him and helped him. They even referenced him this week on Dynamite. But they still removed his channel. And they still terminated his YouTube channel. That sucks, man. That sucks. So I don't know. I really don't know if I can do AEW content. If he goes to AEW, I will do my very, very best. Okay? There's my promise to you guys. We will continue to cover Bray Wyatt to the very best of my ability. Muhammad Ali says, "See, you will have my hold on. You will continue to have my support no matter what." Thank you very much, dude. Just make a backup channel. I wish it was that simple, dude. Bo Dallas has been released. Bo was released in the last wave, I believe. The last lot of releases, yeah. Bray Wyatt is released, but they haven't said The Fiend is released. I don't think Bray's coming. Well, I suppose it's possible. Like, let's not put anything past WWE. Like, imagine on Monday Night Raw, like, he returned, or, you know, in a couple of weeks he returns, like, as The Fiend. And just as The Fiend. And all this was emotional kayfabe. Like, I could get that. That would be cool. That would be a swerve. Let's not lie. That would be a swerve. But I think this is legit, guys. I don't think this is a work. And yeah, someone just said R.I.P. Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt was the final guy of the Wyatt family in WWE. Man, that sucks, doesn't it? You think the potential the Wyatt family had. Obviously him, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. Later on, it was Braun Strowman was added. They're all gone. They're all gone. Even Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was a temporary member. And he's gone. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? Hashtag thank you, Bray Wyatt. I use the hashtag on Twitter. Hashtag forever a Firefly. Because the Fireflies are forever. That's the way I see it. JT Robbins says, piggybacking a lot of people. Imagine Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, and Braun Strowman all showing up in AEW together. Hey, don't forget, Eric Rowan's still out there. Eric Redbeard, he showed up on AEW before on the Brody Lee tribute show. Imagine if they reunite him, Bray, and Braun. Like, this is where Vince McMahon is making these big mistakes. Is they're allowing this, like, I don't know if AEW would have legitimately been interested in Braun Strowman. I don't think they would have. I don't think he fits with the company. But Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt definitely is going to draw you big money. So, there you go. I mean, Eric Redbeard was not signed by AEW. Was they interested in him? Maybe not. Are they interested in him now? Bray Wyatt could be heading there? Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you be? So, this is where a lot of these people could get picked up from. This is where Vince McMahon's making all these big mistakes. It's a shame. Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton was in. But then he did say that he was never really in. I don't know. We could say Randy's the last member of the family. Is he, though? Is he? I don't think so. So Randy really does send everyone. Yeah, that's a true thing. Randy does seemingly send everyone to AEW, doesn't he? Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt reunion AEW. That would be cool. Have you seen Mickey James' tweet? Very accurate. I haven't. Let me quickly have a look. This is the thing. Genuinely, I made the video. I haven't seen much. I've seen what people tagged me in before we started the live stream. But other than that, I haven't seen anything. I've been sitting here talking to you guys. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of holding a lot of the emotion in myself right now. Because I know you guys are down. And I know you guys want to talk about Bray, and I know you guys are hurting. I know you guys are upset, and I just wanted to be there for you. In all fairness, that was genuinely it. So Mickey James tweeted out 35 minutes ago saying, I think what you meant to say was thank you so much for coming up with such an incredible gimmick. Time and time again. One so cool and over. We really didn't know how to book it right. So we just gave it to someone else so we can still make all the money off it and let you go. Well, that's very true. It's true. Wow, man, my DMs are nuts. I put a tweet out when the news broke saying, fuck you, WWE. It's got 266 likes. Wow. Crazy. People are not happy, are they? Mickey threw shade at Alexa. No, she did say underneath it that she's not blaming Alexa. That's not against Alexa. Let's be fair, okay? Whether Alexa likes this or not, she has no control over what she does. She is a contracted WWE employee, and she will do whatever character, whatever gimmick, say whatever lines Vince McMahon tells her to say. This character, she might not want to play. We don't know that as fans, okay? She might not want to play that character. She might not want to have left the Funhouse. She might not want Alexa's Playground. But ultimately, she's Vince's employee. She has to do as she's told. And that's what you could be seeing. People hate on Alexa Bliss, and I understand it because that's the face that you see replacing Bray Wyatt. But she's only doing what she's told to do. This is nothing to do with her. This is not her fault at all. At all. WWE lost big time losing a creative genius like Bray. Yeah, we spoke on the channel many times, especially on Funhouse Fridays. Oh no. What are we going to do instead of Funhouse Fridays? Boom. Snake Venom, that's a good point. It says the blame starts at the top of the totem pole. I agree. I really love Bray and Alexa as a group. Same, I thought it was cool. Man, this channel's got to change completely, hasn't it? Wow. Man, that's crazy. I really hope WWE is just pranking us. They're not. I wish they was too. I really wish they was. What's going on, see? Ultimate Mix, dude. If you haven't heard the news, it was posted by WWE. It's 100% official. Bray Wyatt has been released. It still takes me a minute just to say that. Like, it still genuinely does. Like, oh, man. What do you say? Like, I'm looking. Okay, hold on. Okay, so if I do this... This is my living room. Like, just look across the thing from me right now. There is Bray Wyatt memorabilia. Like, up there we got the lantern and stuff. Like, this is Bray Wyatt's paradise. You know, there's more around the entire house. There's tons of it. And I'm not sad that I purchased it. Of course I'm not. But it's like, man, you just think of all of this merch and all this stuff that this man's done. All of these moments and... He can be re-signed within the no-compete. Yeah, he could. But the truth is, he hasn't competed since WrestleMania. So does he have a no-compete? He might not. I was going to be the Fiend for Halloween. You still be the Fiend for Halloween. B Tazzy, the party says, I got a lot to say, but I'll wait till our next Uncensored live party. I'm pissed. I agree, man. I agree. Hasey, I made an edit. Can I send it over to you? Of course you can. It's one thing I've loved, and this is me saying thank you to you, seriously, because as I said earlier, we talked about my past and what Bray Wyatt meant to me, and part of that story, and I said it, is Bray brought this community together, man. Bray made us. He's the reason why you watch things you might have missed, why you watch Funhouse Friday, why there's 600 people sat here watching a man literally cry on YouTube right now. And without that, I would not have made the friends that I've made on here. And that's the honest truth. People like Tazzy, people like Jesse Callan, people like Sasha to Live, who sends me edits all the time, and I love them. Whether it's Sebastian, and we talk about Liv Morgan, and we spoke about Liv Morgan for a long period of time on the channel, possibly joining the Fiend and the Funhouse, and I met the Liv Morgan fans that way, and Alexa Bliss fans recently, like Amazing Guy. I've met you guys because this character Bray Wyatt brought everyone together, and it sucks. It sucks because without that, we would have never have met. And you think of the other people that you might not meet now because will they be drawn into wrestling the same way we were? Will we be here in a year's time? I have no idea. And it's a scary prospect. It's a scary prospect. Emotional, man. Going Go says, do we know if Bray asked for his release? Maybe he is still really struggling with the passing of Brody. Maybe he isn't in the right space to compete. Yeah, I mean, he definitely could have asked for his release. 100% he could. So I don't know why he hasn't been on TV. There's been a lot of reasons cited by different people, different reporters. We don't know if that is the reason. I would hope that he's okay. I said in a tweet earlier, I hope Bray Wyatt is okay. That's the first and foremost thing, is I hope he's okay. Hope he's happy. But then you look at people and you think, man, like, this is a character that's touched so many people. Just recently, Sean sent pictures on Twitter of him and his son attending NXT, and his son was dressed as the Fiend, and it's a kid. It's a kid. My cousin is 8 years old in a few weeks' time, and he loves the Fiend. Like, when I was 8 years old, I would have been scared shitless of the Fiend. Let's not lie. I would have cried seeing that on my TV. But this 8-year-old kid loves it because it's not insanely scary. It's just a little bit dark, you know, and it's so well done that it affects all age groups. And the thing is, as well, if you're a casual fan and you don't know Bray Wyatt's backstory, you could watch the Firefly Funhouse and be entertained. But if you are a diehard Bray Wyatt fan, like me, like Jodie Gilly, who does Abby's Window, and that's another thing, Abby's Window is probably likely to finish as well now, guys. Like, there's a lot to change because of this. If you're one of those people who have always followed Bray Wyatt's entire career, then you see these little things that he does, the little hidden Easter eggs, and boom, it's like, that's amazing. And it doesn't hurt if you don't spot them, you know? It's such a cool story. See, check DM. Okay. Oh man, my DMs are nuts. See Sasha to Live's edit. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's nice. Well done, Sasha to Live. A lot of people on DM. Do you know what? That's really touching. I just want to give shout out to everyone who has DM'd me. The majority of my DMs, there's obviously group chats and things as well, but the majority of them right now are just like, "Are you okay, C? How you doing, dude?" And I'm like, that's nice. Oh man, I'm fine. I'm honestly fine. It's one of those moments as a wrestling fan that you it just sucks. It hurts. It really hurts. Bray's last tweet on Twitter said, "I miss you guys too." Is this what he wanted? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The speculation will all forever be there. He will probably come out and say if it was something he wanted eventually. But we don't know. We don't know right now. And I hope it was. I hope it was. I hope he didn't get a random phone call, because that really fucking sucks if that's the case. Yeah, everyone's just shocked, man. I'm just looking through the timeline on Twitter, and every tweet I'm seeing. Every tweet. Fiending for followers 11 seconds ago. Wow, Randy Orton has done it again. Sending the Fiend to AEW, of course. WWE France tweeting out. WWE has decided to release Bray Wyatt. We wish him the best for the future. That's what WWE France have tweeted out. Oh, man. Jody Gilly says, Bray Wyatt was the only reason I watched WWE. I hope they are prepared for the backlash. 6 hours ago, she tweeted out saying it's been 110 days since we saw Bray Wyatt on our TV. Wow. 110 days. Oh, man. You know, it's upsetting because I'm seeing so many people I know tweet out that this hurts. I'm seeing so many people saying that this hurts and that they're upset. And I think, yeah, the news that Bray's gone is upsetting me personally. You know, Luke, as the wrestling fan, is genuinely hurt by that news. But then to see you guys being upset too, man, it just adds that extra hurt, you know? Check Wrestle Talk. See what Wrestle Talk had to say, shall we? More details on the reason Bray Wyatt's WWE release have been revealed. Okay, let's have a little look-ski, shall we? More details have come to light on the reason for WWE releasing Bray Wyatt earlier today. Per Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, Bray was given the reason for his release, citing budget cuts. You fucking turds, Vince McMahon. You fucking stupid turd. How? Meltzer also notes that Wyatt was planned to make his WWE return in August and had been preparing for his return. Man, are you fucking stupid? I've just decided to put a tweet out. Letter in says budget cuts. WTF, it makes no sense. Oh, how can you budget cut? Like, surely his merch sales pays for his wages. Like, what is wrong with you people? Did you guys see that a signed belt from Bray Wyatt? One of those handcrafted Tom Savini $7,000 belts, you know, they sold on WWE Shop. On the auction page, it recently sold for $15,000. There is not a single person in the company who gets that. There is not a single freaking person who sits there and goes, oh, my merch just made $15,000 with one fucking item. One item. What? You look at Alexa Bliss, okay? Alexa Bliss, I know she's not Bray Wyatt, but her cameos were $700, nearly $800, I think it were actually, £700. And they sold out. They still sold out. These characters people love. If you gave Bray Wyatt cameo and you let him do cameo for $1,000, I bet you it would still sell out. What's wrong with you, Vince? What is wrong with you? Man, this sucks. Sign him immediately because fans are going to stop watching WWE. I agree. Do you know what? I knew there would be backlash to this. I knew people wouldn't be happy, okay? I did not expect this. Obviously, when we started this stream, if you've been here since around the start, we've been talking, and obviously I haven't been on social media. All I've seen is what you guys have been putting into the chat, and a lot of that was a lot of being skipped because it's just so quick. There's 600 people here, you know? Ultimately, I can only see so much, and now I've come onto Twitter, I'm like, this is nuts. This is bad. This is... Like, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's boycott Raw. Fuck them. What are they giving us on Raw? Fucking gold turd? I don't give a toss. And Firefly Revolution, fanboy, if you're here, you cannot accept Goldberg over Bray Wyatt. There is no... If you're citing budget cuts, how much are you paying that old cunt? How much? I don't get it. I do not understand the logic. You can literally pay Goldberg, but you can't pay Bray Wyatt. Nah. No way. No effing way. See, just dropped the C-bomb. Yes, I did, because Vince McMahon's a cunt. There you go. I don't care. I really just don't care. Cigarette time. I'm at the point I may now fully drop WWE. Well, I think a lot of people might be on that boat right now by looking at Twitter. Oh, man. You might tweet Vince later. I just did. I quote tweeted Wrestle Talk's article and I just put, Vince McMahon, you stupid idiot. Because that's the nicest thing I could possibly put in a tweet. That is the nicest thing I could put in a tweet. I will follow Wyndham wherever he goes, says Royal Lord Zed. Yeah, same. 100% I will. I will 100% follow Wyndham, whether he goes to movies, AEW, a television show, whether it's back to WWE, I will follow that man. I'm annoyed at Vince McMahon. Now, yeah, people are saying this is a Nick Khan thing. I don't care who's pulled the trigger here. I don't care. Vince, change it. We've heard these stories, okay? These stories have come out about how WWE wants Braun Strowman back. There was talk before Aleister Black went to AEW that WWE wanted Aleister Black back. And I'm sure there'll be stories that they want Bray Wyatt back. How do you think Bray Wyatt is sitting at home after getting a phone call telling him it's budget cuts? You're gone. We're releasing you as of now. How do you think he feels? Do you really think he wants to walk back into work next week if you give him a phone call saying, come back, please? How awkward do you think that makes that man feel? A man, by the way, with mental health issues that we've had very publicly known about in the past. Like, how do you think that makes him feel to know that he was just disposable at one point and then you want him back? Like, do you know what stupid idiots you are, Vince? Seriously. Zach Charles says, we want Wyatt is the new CM Punk. Yeah. I don't think Bray's going to be out of a job for as long as what CM Punk was. I really don't. Amazing Guy says Vince is senile. Well, that's one word for it. Fangirl T Murphy says trust issues 100. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Serious Gaming says Conman and Botch Guy is going to have a rant. Doesn't shock me. See, check Ringside News. Right, let's have a look. Ringside News. And I hope they are watching this right now. Bray Wyatt was... Hold on, let's have a look. Bray Wyatt was creatively frustrated with WWE prior to release. Bray Wyatt's WWE release hit the pro wrestling world in a big way, and a ton of people are asking why. The company told Wyatt that he was released due to budget cuts, but there could be more to that story. Sean Ross Sapp said during a special live Fightful YouTube that there is a lot to Wyatt's release. He's also made it very clear that anyone in his chat will be banned if they make any assumptions about mental health. Ringside News will not be addressing any of those speculations either. I have been told that he's not been all in on wrestling as of late. I don't know how true that is because I've not spoken to Bray as of yet, Sapp said during the live podcast. It was then reported that several people in the company said that they had not spoken to him that much as of late. He was at a couple of television events since his last appearance, but he also missed a lot of dates. He was also not shy about rejecting ideas he didn't like. Bray Wyatt's match at WrestleMania was also spoken about, particularly how plans seem to have changed. This is just random reports, dude. I'll happily read them all out because I think you guys desperately want to know that kind of stuff. And I could make videos. I don't feel like making videos, I'll be honest. The video I made before, if you look at it, was literally just a 2-minute, 3-minute, whatever it was, video of just one image of me talking. There was no passion. It was upset. It was anger. It was hurt. A very hard video to make, for sure. This live stream's been very difficult. But I think the fact that we've kept steady at around 600 people is ridiculously insane. I think people want to talk about this. I think people want somewhere to go. I think people are genuinely hurt. And Botch Guy, shout out to you, dude. Me and Botch Guy was talking on Twitter DMs before this news broke, about an hour before, about how the needle was moving for AEW. And we said it earlier. If you're looking at this as a whole, if you're watching AEW and potentially bringing in Punk and Daniel Bryan, probably now Bray Wyatt as well. If you look at WWE and they're releasing your favourite superstars, which show looks better on paper? Which show do you want to support? And I think the easy option there is AEW. This might not be AEW moving the needle. It might be WWE moving the needle for AEW, which really is ridiculous. Really ridiculous. Ross Blocks RB, shout out to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Wyatt, maybe Braun. That's crazy needle mover. Yeah, if that happens, man. The truth is, there's always a reason to watch WWE. They'll always build the next star. Let's not lie, they will. But you can't deny this. This is. I think Bray Wyatt going to AEW is bigger than CM Punk going to AEW. I think Bray Wyatt going to AEW is bigger than Daniel Bryan going to AEW. Hell, I think Bray Wyatt going to AEW is bigger than Punk and Daniel Bryan going to AEW. I think this is the needle mover. I think this is the name. This is the one person who has proven he can change everything. He is considered a creative genius by so many people. I think the majority of people in this chat would agree with me there. And whether it's the Fiend or not, I don't think he can use the Fiend. He will think of something. He will continue to reinvent himself and he will grab our attention a whole new way. Not bigger than Punk? I disagree. I think if you debuted CM Punk, yes, you're going to have people inspired. You're going to have an entire generation. But don't forget, he has not wrestled for 7 years. 7 years has probably grabbed in a whole new fan base into wrestling, which those people have never experienced CM Punk. Why would those people who have never watched him wrestle care about CM Punk in AEW? Bray Wyatt was at WrestleMania this year. Bray Wyatt has captured people's attention without any shadow of a doubt for the past near decade in WWE. Whether he was Cult Leader Bray, whether he was Eater of Worlds Bray, whether he was Funhouse Bray or The Fiend, he's captured people's attention and people know exactly who he is. You can capture multiple generations with Bray Wyatt. The amount of people I have contact me telling me that they haven't watched wrestling since the Attitude Era, but they came back for The Fiend. They missed the CM Punk generation. They missed what CM Punk did because it wasn't interesting to them. The Fiend was Attitude. The Fiend was an anomaly in this era. And he is bigger, in my opinion, than them two together going to AEW. On me, they doing the job for him. Yeah, I agree. See you later, Botch Guy. Do you think The Fiend will return? No. I hope. I really hope. Again, this backlash on Twitter is unlike anything I have seen for any other WWE prior release. I think people were hurt by Aleister Black, or more shocked by Aleister Black. I think people are hurt for Bray Wyatt. I think people were shocked about Braun Strowman. But then details came out. He was being paid $1 million. Would you pay $1 million for Braun? Probably not. So everyone went, oh yeah, we kind of get it. But Bray is that guy. He is that potential face of the company. He's the guy a lot of these people would have wanted to see become the face of WWE. So it sucks. It genuinely sucks. David Delson says, I woke up and this is what I see, man. Bray Wyatt is #1 trend on Twitter. Yeah. And the thing is, that it's not good. It's not good tweets. It's not good publicity. If anyone asking, in the UK, he is trending #2. Rick Does Paranormal says Bray Wyatt is a different breed. I agree. Vince is a millionaire who should be a billionaire. Yeah, I agree with that. I was shocked, Braun Strowman, but this doesn't make any damn sense. Yeah, I agree with that. Do we need a feud between The Fiend and Roman? Yeah, man. The things we're not going to get, like, you look at the stories and it's like Karrion Kross would come out and say he wants a match with The Fiend. Then you got the dream match of Kross and Scarlett versus Bray and Alexa Bliss. Then you've got Jeff Hardy who wants to bring Willow to WWE to have a feud with The Fiend. Roman, obviously that huge match with Roman. And what sucks the most is you see all those stories and you're like, it's never going to happen. Wow. Like, they're probably the biggest part of Bray's story, and they're not going to happen. Harmageddon says, I can't help but thinking this is all storyline related. I wish it was. I don't think WWE would do this. Like, the news is there. This is apparently budget cuts. And I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe this is WWE preparing to sell the company. It could be. Maybe this is Vince McMahon saying, okay, we need to release X amount of people because the company needs to be sold. And if the company is going to be sold, we need to make it look very, very profitable. We spoke about nearly £260 million for Q2 of 2021. And that's ridiculously large, you know? Satan's Little Helper says, by WWE, the only thing that I want to want to see is how bad your rating going to drop, and USA dropping WWE. I'm All Elite now. Veronica Southern says, "Hi, see, I just found out. I'm shocked, totally shocked." It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. I'm really pleased we've been live for so long as well. I don't even know what the time is. It's 8:15. How long have we actually been live? We've been live for 1:30 already. It doesn't feel like that at all. But I wanted to be a place where you guys could come and talk, because I literally knew, because of my own feelings, how it felt to me. I knew how a lot of you would be hurt by this, and going on Twitter and getting angry, it's not the right way. This is I saw someone's comment earlier asking me how I'm not shouting from the rooftops, how I'm not insanely angry, and I am. Don't lie about it. I am. Please don't think I'm not, because I am. But it's not going to change anything, and being angry will only upset you. It's Vince McMahon's not sitting there going, "Look, that guy's angry." He's not going to go, "Oh wait, see, wrestling's angry. Let's rehire Bray." That's not going to happen. I think genuinely, tweet about it, talk about it, and be honest with yourselves, because we're all still wrestling fans. It's okay to say cancel the network. The majority of people, the big celebrities, the big streamers and stuff that tell you to cancel the network, they won't cancel it, and if they do, they'll resubscribe by next month anyway. So it's not the answer. It's not the answer. I hope Nick Khan, I hope Triple H, I hope Stephanie McMahon, I hope Vince McMahon sees this stream. I hope they see the tweets. I hope they see the fact Bray Wyatt's trending. I hope they see what people are actually saying and not just the fact it's trending. I hope they see the articles. I hope they see the news videos that will come out. I hope they see people's reactions to this. And I hope they realise that they fucked up big time. And I hope that they do something about it. That young voice says, "This shows just how much support Bray Wyatt has gotten over the years. Through his hard work and dedication, he deserves so much more." I agree, man. I agree. You know, we spoke earlier about the fact these people... hold on, Mr. Super Chat from Wesley Pearson says, "Vince only cares about the money, not the fans." Yeah, I agree with that, dude. I agree. We spoke earlier about the potential of the Fiend and what's sort of missing and stuff. And it's like, I've always wanted, and this is just a selfish fanboy thing that I've always wanted, but why has Bray Wyatt never had a show on the network? The network is airing live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yes, it's a lot of it's repeats, but it's always airing. Why have you not, by now, recorded 8 hours worth of Firefly Funhouse episodes and made it into half-hour episodes and played it over a series on WWE Network? How has that never happened? And this is what I don't understand, is you've got every platform imaginable and you messed up. If you remember Christmas Day 2019, they had Bray Wyatt on YouTube. They had this weird live stream all day long of a fireplace, and every now and again the puppets would pop on the screen, and it was boring. But I sat there, and over 15,000 other people live sat there on Christmas Day watching a fireplace, because maybe something's going to happen. I remember the live chat. The live chat was like, okay, what's this? Oh my God, is Bray's head going to appear in the fire? Is Bray going to pop up and start talking? People were hyped for the entire duration of this entire stream that they did. It's crazy. The possibilities with this character was endless, and they messed it up. It's that simple. So I'm going to ask you guys a question, because obviously I need to change things up. We can pretty much establish at this point this YouTube channel is going to change dramatically. I think we can all agree with that. A lot of you have asked about it. What would you guys like to see? There's a question. I can't guarantee I'm going to do everything because there's 600 people here. If half of you do that, there's 300 videos to make. So I can't guarantee I'm going to make everything. But what would you guys like to see on this YouTube channel? What would you guys like to see this become? Would you want theory videos on other things in WWE? Like Liv Morgan still, Karrion Kross, Alexa Bliss, obviously. News videos, do you want them to continue? Is there anything you still want me to do? Like, things you might have missed. I don't know how I'm going to change that up. I want to continue that things you might have missed series. It's a fun series to make, for sure. And I want to continue it, but I don't know. Will you follow Bray in another company? Yes, 100%. AEW content. I would hope. I'd hope. I want to do AEW content. Calling Corner says, buying a second chat to say you missed my last 15 minutes ago. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm sorry. I can't even scroll back either, so I do apologise. Just put in the chat what you said, or DM it to me. Vince wants WWE to die. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't want someone to take over from him. Someone in WWE has to be sabotaging things. Vince, yeah, probably Nick Khan. Here's a good point. Actually, I've just thought about this. What is his name? Nick Khan. And he's releasing all these people to AEW? Come on. He's obviously Tony's brother, isn't he? Vince, what have you done? Huh? Oh, Vince, you've literally hired a Khan, and the Khan is helping another Khan. Can you not see the writing on the wall, Vince? Like, imagine when WCW was a thing. Imagine if Vince McMahon hired someone called Bischoff. Like, that wouldn't have gone down well, would it? Tony Khan has sabotaged the WWE. No, Nick Khan. Oh, man. It is rather sus, isn't it? It is Chanel, yeah. They've been Khan, says John. Oh, man. Hashtag rehire Bray Wyatt is trending. Is it? Okay, let me get on the board of that then. Okay, right. Who can we tag? At Vince McMahon. At Stephanie McMahon. At Triple H. At... Has Nick Khan got Twitter? I don't feel like I should tweet him. He's AEW, isn't he? But let's... Oh, yeah, I can't see who's got Twitter or not. I'm not even going to bother looking. At WWE, obviously. And then, let's go even further. USA Network at Fox. Oh, I forgot Peacock. It's because I'm in the UK, we don't have Peacock yet. We're apparently getting it. My tweet was, I can happily support hashtag rehire Bray Wyatt and give him a pay rise at Vince McMahon, at Stephanie McMahon, at Triple H, at Bray Wyatt, at USA Network, at WWE on Fox, at BT Sport WWE. Literally, I'm just moving down my list, and Jason Baker shared some incredible pictures, man. Let me move this. If I do this, I can show you. We missed a super chat from Andrew Bradley. Says, if it isn't big meaty men slapping around other big meaty men, WWE doesn't know what to do with it. Truly disappointing today. It is. Okay, so Jason Baker. He's one of the guys who worked on all the Fiend masks and the Fiend outfits and the props. I think he made the Lily doll and things like that. Like, he obviously works very closely with Tom Savini. So he shared these pictures. You can see him here on the chat, okay? So, like, there's one of him. Look at that. Hugging the Fiend. That's incredible. And then look at that. Look at the burnt Fiend there, man. That looks incredible. That looks so cool. I like that. That's nice. And then there's a really nice one, obviously working on stuff. That's really cool. And the final one is obviously of Brody Lee. Man, how do you do that? How do you... Oh, man, it sucks, doesn't it? Avery says, buying a second super chat because you missed mine, but I think Nick Khan is sabotaging the company. Yeah, he might be. I'm sorry I missed your other super chat, Avery. I do apologise. The chat's been moving super quick today. So I do apologise if I've missed anyone's super chat. ZA Lando, shout out to you. Man, it just... Zaya Brookside from obviously NXT UK tweeting a shocked emoji. Man, this is one of those news stories as a YouTuber and stuff, and especially when you cover exclusively Bray Wyatt, you know, this is one of those things you just don't want to happen. Oh, man. So I'm just scrolling through Twitter, man. There's so much on there. Rest in peace, the Fiend, but Wyndham will rise again like a phoenix. I agree with that. ZA Lando says, I hope he goes to AEW. Anyone else wish they could hug Bray? Oh, yeah. I really do right now. You missed my super chat. I said, hi, C. I'm sad the Fiend got released. I'm sorry, John. Hope you're well, dude. I think everyone knows that feeling right now, dude. Everyone's feeling the same way. Folks, just remember Nick Khan is not related to Tony. No, Big T is right. He's not related to Tony. But it is a coincidence, though, isn't it? They need to rehire him. I agree. Anthony X. Daniel says, hope Bray is okay with his mental health. I hope it wasn't a surprise. I think we should boycott Raw this Monday. You're going to miss him. I would say from the evidence of the articles I've read out on stream that he's okay. So one of the articles read that he was ready to make his return in August and he was preparing for that. If he was still in a bad place, if that was even true in the first place, then I would say that he wouldn't be making his WWE return. So the fact that Fightful and everyone are coming out saying that, you know, they're not entertaining people saying that, I would say that this is something they've had confirmed as not true. You know what's also quite funny right now is I think a lot of WWE fans are rightfully hurt, and because of that, the first thing you can likely say is, I'm now with AEW. You know, what's also quite surprising to me is how AEW fans, the cult AEW fans, the one that only like AEW and will attack you if you even like anything WWE. They're the kind of fans we spoke about earlier, people hating on Bray Wyatt. And now they want him. Isn't it funny how you hate on him when he's in WWE, but the second he's released, you want him to go and sign with AEW? Mind blowing. Just watch what you watch. And you know what? If it's AEW or WWE, if you like Bray Wyatt, watch him, support him, and be entertained by him. You don't have to wait. P2K says, I'm hurt, I'm crying. We've been there a few times in the stream, dude. Firefly Revolution says apparently there is more releases. Who says that? Is that actually been a thing? Oh, there better not be. It is shocking. It is. This is 100% shocking. I'm still reading Twitter. I'm reading your messages as well. There's, you know what's funny is, I read an article earlier about how WrestleMania this year is Peacock's most watched show ever. Wouldn't it be ironic if SummerSlam's the lowest? It would, wouldn't it? Like, now fans are back, we're over that initial hype. Wouldn't it be ironic if SummerSlam was the lowest rated? David says, hashtag we hate WWE now. Vince feed Roman too much. You should do how I would book it videos. I'm sure you could book Bray much better than Vince did. That was always something that really touched me, is how many comments I would get saying, man, you should book the shows, like, you need to become a writer and stuff. And do you know what? I do have, I will admit, I'm not going to toot my own horn or any of that stuff, but I do feel like my theories are cool. I do feel like the way I would book things would be cool, because I'm just an average fan. I know what I would want to see, and I think because I'm a fan, you're a fan, you agree with me. The issue that I would have is, and people have sent me things on DM saying that, see, look, there's an application here to be a writer for WWE, and I'm like, yeah, but if I did ever become a writer for WWE, my stories are never going to get on screen because Vince would just change them. What's the point, you know? And you instantly see that, and it's like, I can create more here on YouTube than what I probably could working for somewhere like WWE. And plus, I know the superstars' names, so probably overqualified for the job. Ah! You also see people like Alexa Bliss and their reaction to Bray getting fired or released. And it's genuine shock and upset. Now, how do you think she feels? Here's the thing, genuinely, how do you think she feels? How do you think Randy Orton feels? Like, we all know him and Bray are friends. Roman, probably friends as well. How do you think these people feel? They are probably the biggest names right now contracted full-time in WWE. And if you just piss them off, maybe they want to leave too. Like, this is probably one of those events that are probably going to have long-term ramifications for WWE. Not just the ratings, not just AEW and the whole apparent war that's going on, but actually within the company, you know? Jody Gilly, shout out to you. I'll Skype you in a bit if you want. Why Bliss being abused on Twitter? She's innocent. Yeah, people need to stop that. This has got nothing to do with Alexa Bliss. Alexa can only ever do what she's told on TV. Well, he's not going to be on the August 9th episode of Raw, I assume. If only C Wrestling, WrestleLamia Plana and others would make their own writing segments, Creative Freedom, President and Co. in WWE, who would give every wrestler time to shine. Going Ghost says, unpopular opinion, it is bad business idea to keep somebody on payroll who isn't working. I understand why he was released. It's business. I disagree. Again, that replica belt, or the handcrafted belt, sold for $15,000. That's working. Now, you may not inspire millions and millions and millions and millions of people. Neither's Roman Reigns. Where are the 4.5 million people tuning in to watch Roman Reigns? They're not there. You don't release Roman Reigns. The problem with The Fiend is, who did you have him battle? Who did you have him feud with? There's the question. When he started, it was against Seth. It was against Daniel. It was against those kind of names that you expected him to face. Then it turned to Goldberg. Braun Strowman, the pandemic era, I can forgive that. It wasn't the best, but it was what it was. And I think with the pandemic, if COVID never happened, it would have probably been totally different. I do think WWE messed up The Fiend. 100% they did. But The Fiend was salvageable thanks to Bray Wyatt. And all you needed to do was create a story and create a character that could go against him. You look at WWE, and Hogan had Andre. Brett had Shawn. Austin had Rock. Cena had Batista. Randy Orton. Who does Bray Wyatt have? Who does Roman Reigns have? Who is the guy against these big names? And there isn't. There isn't another guy. There isn't anyone they can bounce off of. There's the failure of today in WWE. Whereas you look in AEW right now, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Cody. Then you bring in the likes of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. There is your main event scene. All 5 big names that can bounce off one another. Who's WWE got? There's the question. Roman Reigns has no big opponent. The Fiend could have easily been that opponent. The Fiend could have easily been that person against Roman Reigns. But they chose not to. Jody Gilly says, wherever he goes, us Fireflies will follow. We are family and stick together always. We love Wyndham to the ends of the earth and back. It's big changes coming, Jody. Big changes. Big changes. Shout out to you, Jody. I hope you're doing well. Good news for your house, by the way. I did see the tweet earlier on. Going Go says, no, I mean, Bray was not physically working for months, so why keep him in payroll? Would you pay an employee who isn't coming to work? It's business. Why isn't he coming to work, though? There's the question. If you look at the articles, he was due to come back in August. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming that he was off TV because he was allowed to be off of TV. Otherwise, they would have fired him on the spot, I'm assuming. If he's returning in August, and they're not quoting that the character didn't work, they're not quoting they're unhappy with this or unhappy with that. They're simply quoting budget cuts. And that's bizarre. That's bizarre. And I get it in a way because it does cost money. Like, to transport the Firefly Funhouse set costs money. But why would you not spend that money? When you just made $265 million profit in quarter 2 of this year, you're in line to make $1 billion profit this year. And you can't pay Bray Wyatt? That doesn't make sense, does it? Here's a really nice tweet from Faz Coasters. Says, fuck, in quotation marks, he says, fuck WWE, I'm never watching again. And he says, dude, calm down. Bray was my number 1, and I'm not even mad to that level. I'm sadder than anything. And that's really true. That's really true. Alexa's Playground is pretty much a Fiend segment. It is the love of. It's gonna start playing music, isn't it? Hold on. I never knew those things could unmute themselves, but apparently that one can. I don't know. We don't want to get a copyright strike. My God, could you imagine this news about the channel? Like, this channel is a Bray Wyatt channel. Let's not beat around the bush. It always is. Always has been. And then we get a copyright strike on the day he gets released. My gosh. 803 Domain 1 says, could this be kayfabe release? I mean, I'm just being optimistic. I know that it's my... Yeah, I would love it to be, because I think it's bizarre that they've released him, in all fairness. I think the reaction of superstars, I think the reaction of the press, who are obviously trying to get the scoops and trying to get the news, it's there. I think this is 100% legit. Oh. Jody Gilly says Jason Baker posted pictures. Yeah, we showed him on the stream. Jev Napper says Alexa has made her Twitter private to anyone not following her, which is rather upsetting to see. I would check out Strowman's Instagram story to see. I can't check Instagram right now. For some reason, it's just not compatible with my tablet. It never has been. I don't know why. Right, let's have a look. Alexa... I don't want to search. Why am I searching for Alexa's Playground, man? She has. So Alexa Bliss has made her Twitter private. Wow. That's sad. Don't forget, Alexa Bliss wanted this story with Bray for a long time. Like, she got it, and now, like, Vince probably saw dollar signs in her and selling the Lily doll and attracting female youth to the show. It's mad. And I bet you she feels a little bit, oh, this is why I've been made this character. I bet she hates it a little bit like we do. If Bray goes to AEW, then there's funny business, says Avery. See, you missed my super chat. I said I'm doing good. Awesome, John. Sorry I missed your super chat, dude. No Gimmick says I'm sick of WWE. It's very hard to support them right now. Very hard. Chanel Morgan says, type in Alexa Bliss in the search and read some of the comments. She's getting bad hate, and as a fan of hers, I can't deal with that. I've seen a few. I won't lie, I've seen a few. And I'm pleased to say the ones I've seen, because people are calling them out, and people that I'm following are saying that that's not fair, that's not right. So I'm really pleased that that's the community we've got. I'm really pleased I'm seeing people helping and sort of saying, no, this isn't right, because it's not right. Why should Alexa Bliss be, abused on social media? Vince should retire. The issue is, if Vince retired, you're probably likely to see someone like a Nick Khan take full control over WWE. And from all the reports, this is a Nick Khan move, not a Vince move. So, I don't know. I don't know. The only hope is that there's someone is sat there now going, Vince, this is a bad move, dude. Look at social media. Look at people's reactions. Like, hey, do you know that C Wrestling guy on YouTube? Like, do you know he's been live now for, I don't know, what, 2 hours, and he's still got nearly 600 people, like, still talking about this. They're still talking about this. This isn't going to go away. Tomorrow was meant to be a theory video. I think this is initial thoughts. This might change overnight as things develop in my head, as new stories come out and all that stuff. I think we'll make a rant video, a full-on how I feel 24 hours later video, because I think that's what's probably the only fair thing to replace that. Things you might have missed on Monday, I have no idea. No idea how that's going to look. We might even take a week off. We'll see. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. Desmond Hill tweeting saying WWE has come to terms on the release. Oh my god, I just jumped on the release of their biggest money maker. There, I fixed it. That's very true. James Chadwick says, see, we don't know what's been happening in Bray's personal life. He might have asked for it because we don't, he's done, we don't know. Well, all the reports are saying that Bray was given a quote of budget cuts. This is the reason it's all come out, that Bray was fired for budget cuts. So, that's all we know. It sucks if that's true. If it's budget cuts, WWE are on line to make $1 billion profit this year. So... 803 Domain 1 says, you were right, I'm telling you, if they let Bray go to AEW with the Daniel Bryan and CM Punk rumours, AEW is bound to take WWE down. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Here's the thing, AEW are a lot of things, okay? Whether you think they're good or whether you think they're bad or whatever it might be, AEW is a lot of things to a lot of people. One thing I think everyone can agree on is that they're good at merchandising. They're good at selling. They're good at upselling. You go on shopaew.com and there's t-shirts for every single person. Look how long it took Liv Morgan to get a t-shirt in WWE. It should be criminal how long that took. Criminal. And she finally got one last year. Now, someone like Bray Wyatt will make them a ton of money in merchandising. Someone like Bray Wyatt will get eyes on their viewership. People like Bray Wyatt will get advertisers to advertise because the demos will increase. And that's what Vince McMahon should be scared of right now, because that's exactly what is going to happen. I completely agree. WWE is developmental for AEW. WWE is turning into WCW when the downfall started. Then get rid of Goldberg and stop bringing him back if budget cuts was the reason. I agree, Tracy, I agree. Fucker, we got a golden turd on our screen when we could have Bray freaking Wyatt, man. Crazy. Matt the Misfit says, what sucks is I think the same thing would be happening if they put Nikki Cross or Liv Morgan with Bray instead of Alexa. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And you see, here's the thing that, you know, obviously, as I said earlier, Luke, the wrestling fan, is sitting there, boom, upset Bray Wyatt's released, of course. And then Luke, the wrestling fan, plus C Wrestling is sitting here very upset because people are saying it. They quit. They quit. They've had enough. They don't want to look anymore. They don't want to do WWE anymore. They don't want to talk WWE. And that's predominantly what we do. And it's a shame if this community starts to fall apart because this, you know. I hope it doesn't. I hope you guys are going to stick around, and I hope whatever's next, we're on this journey together. That's my hope. Sasha Banks' Twitter. Okay, let's have a look at Sasha's. That's nice. Sasha Banks tweeting out simply, he's got the whole world in his hands, with tagging Bray Wyatt. That's nice. They need to fire Vince. See, I don't think I don't think this is a Vince thing. I think this is a Tony Khan thing. We heard Aleister Black. Aleister Black basically said that I forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry. I was just reading a really emotional thing. That's really got me. Oh, give me a minute, people. Give me a minute. Whew. One thing I always say I never do on YouTube is cry. Wow, that one's gone. Bobby, that's not true, dude. First I was mad, now I'm just sad. Yeah, I'm getting that. Who's cutting onions? Yeah. So it must be my neighbours, man. It's sabotage. That's what it is. It's all those puppet watchers coming back to haunt me. It's sad. It's a sad day. And let's be realistic, okay? It's not like Bray Wyatt has passed away. Let's put it into a bit of perspective, okay? Wyndham Rotunda is a genius. And whether it's a movie, whether it's a TV show, whether it's wrestling, AEW, New Japan, Impact, even back to WWE, Wyndham Rotunda will be perfectly fine in the entertainment world. But it just sucks. It just sucks to see a man that you appreciate, support, love, and see him be mistreated this way. Like, Bray Wyatt got a phone call saying that budget cuts, dude, we're gonna have to release you from your WWE contract. What universe is that we live in for that to happen? Donna Crow says, in regard to a recent puppet watch, the box with a picture could have been them packing the funhouse away. It could have been. I don't think so, only because the Raw set moves now. If it was in the Thunderdome, yeah, definitely. But the fact it was in a random arena that Bray wasn't at, that we know of anyway, why would it even be there in the first place? They wouldn't have had to transport it. So, I don't know about that. It could be. It could, as I said on the video, it could be where it was stored. It could be that was like a label. The picture was itself a label. That's a very likely outcome to that story. But again, it's something we don't know. And now, probably just never know. It was probably a coincidence this whole time. I need to put that on charge. There we go. Oh, we've been going for so long, everything's starting to die. Oh, man. Maria says, fire Tony Khan. I think you mean Nick Khan. Get the right Khan. The biggest thing since Punk left to me. Oh, that's a really good... Yeah, that's a good analogy, dude. Shout out to you, my friend. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't even think I was this upset when Punk left. I actually don't think I was. Eater of Worlds and Broken Matt reunion, says Ray. Yeah, that's a cool. Seeing Matt Hardy bringing back the Broken character would be cool. Thank you for subscribing. What if he joins the stream? Who, Bray Wyatt? He's more than welcome to. A chimpanzee would run better than WWE than Vince. Sean Roux says, to see wrestling, I'm hoping Triple H can call him to get him back to NXT. He did with Samoa Joe. I kind of worry that maybe Bray Wyatt's contract's too big for NXT. That's my fear. That is my big fear. Is it's possible, but Bray's not a small time dude. He's not earning. Joe probably earns 2 to 3, maybe 400,000 a year. Bray will be on a lot more than that in assumption. So, I don't know. Why is Chelsea Green getting heat? I've got no idea. I haven't seen anything from Chelsea Green. Who else in WWE would we wait half a year to see return? This is literally the stupid thing I've ever heard. You know what? You're so correct. You take last year during COVID when Roman packed his bags and walked away. People were like, okay, Roman's gone. We understand why. 100% we understand why. But no one was hyped for his return. There was no rumours. No one cared. No one was talking about Roman could return here. And now with Bray, like, we literally made a video last pay-per-view talking about could Bray return at Money in the Bank. Like, there was hype. There is always hype. The August the 9th date came around. Dave Meltzer said it was very likely to be that kind of date. And there's hype. Hype for Bray Wyatt's return. No one else gets that. No one else creates that hype like Bray Wyatt does. And to sustain that while not even being on TV for so long, that tells the entire story, doesn't it? You know? Bray carried WWE in the pandemic era. Yeah. He did a lot. The cinematic matches were huge. I'm very surprised they never capitalised on that. Like, let's be honest, the pandemic lasted a long time. The Thunderdome was a thing for a long, long time. After the moves to the Thunderdome, they really didn't do anything cinematic anymore. And that seemed to be a shame. Because that was the perfect opportunity to do it. Emmanuel says, I've never been this sad. Oh my god, it sucks, doesn't it? Is anyone hyped for Becky Lynch to return? Yes. Yes. See, there's the thing. There's the thing. No matter what happened today with Bray being released, it's horrible. Don't give up on WWE. You can hate Vince McMahon, you can hate Tony Khan, you can hate Nick Khan, you can hate all the bookers and the management in these companies. But the wrestlers are wrestlers, and they're only doing their jobs to entertain us. And we shouldn't hate other people for what the management has done. That's the honest truth. That's genuinely true. Hasey, I came back from Mexico. Hope you had a good time. See, check DMs for Strowman's Instagram story. Okay. Jeff, I see you. So, Braun Strowman, Adam Scher tweeted out saying, and shepherds we shall be, for thy, my Lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, that our feet may swiftly carry out thy command. So we shall flow a river forth and three, and teeming with souls shall it ever be. In nomi patris et filii et... I don't even know how to say that. Hashtag family reunion. We did talk earlier about, you know, you could see a Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Eric Redbeard reunite. Thank you for sending that, dude. Thank you for sending that. That's cool. Let's be honest. Braun, Bray very likely has no idea what's next to him at this moment in time. I'm sure he's got his mind on AEW if he's looking to continue wrestling. I doubt he's been in talks with Tony Khan this quick. It's only been about 2 hours, so... Oh, man. Hashtag Wyatt Family Reunion, says Review Geek 3000. Did you see Matt Hardy's tweet? No, I haven't. Which is quite strange. Oh, because I'm on this and not on my phone. So, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy simply tweeting out a hug between him and Bray. That's nice. Oh, man. My tweet, like, I've been updating you throughout the stream for this. When the news broke, before I made the video, any of that, I tweeted just simply, fuck you, WWE. It's now got 340 likes. Oh, wow. Nick Khan needs to be released. Oh, please. Please. K-Real says maybe he requested a release to reunite as a tribute. He might have done. He might have done. All the reports at the moment are saying he received a phone call and was told it was budget cuts. So I don't think he's asked for his release by the sounds of it. I mean, it's possible, but by all the reports that I'm seeing on Twitter now, people are saying that he was ready to return. He was ready to return in August. He was set to return. The date was finalised. It was all about to happen. Did you Alexa tweet? Did I see Alexa's tweet? Yes, we did see Alexa's tweet. Alexa, obviously very upset. And the hate she's getting, by the way, is ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous. So Alexa Bliss tweeted out 2 hours ago, literally just after the news broke, saying, I really am at a loss for words. Thank you so much, Wyndham, for everything you've done for this company. The most fun I've had is working with you. Such an amazing talent and the most kind person. I'm just in shock. Touching words. You know, as well, something that really sprung to mind was the image that WWE used. On the tweet where they released Bray Wyatt, they use this image. Let me show it on stream, just in case those haven't seen it. This is a very old Bray Wyatt picture, probably from 2016-17 kind of time. And you've got to look at it and think, why would you not have Funhouse Bray? Why would you not have The Fiend? Now, I've always been a Bray Wyatt fan. I think most of you guys have as well. But I think ultimately his most popular character was the Funhouse, was The Fiend. And you haven't even paid tribute to him in that picture with probably his greatest creation. And that hit me. That hit me hard because you obviously, people are saying obviously you can still use The Fiend, and they probably might. Knowing WWE, they might. But it won't be Bray playing it. And that's awful. If you ask me, that's awful. And I don't know if that's a character I want to support. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But it's one of those moments where, like, they're obviously trying to make you forget The Fiend. They're trying to make you forget Funhouse Bray. They're trying to make you forget the success of those stories because they don't want that success to carry over to a company like AEW. And the fact that that kind of little nuance that they've added to that tweet by using that old Eater World's Bray picture, that sucks. That sucks. JD from NY, very interested to see what he says. He says, you have the worst creative department out of any sports entertainment company on the face of the planet. Take his pride and passion, give it to Alexa, and then release him. Thank you for making Tony Khan's roster far greater than yours with this one. And there's my point from earlier. JD from NY has never liked Bray Wyatt. Never. And yet here he is with a perfect excuse to hate on WWE, and to anyone in the outside world, he loves that character. It's pathetic. That is that is pathetic. Wyndham carries WWE through the pandemic, and this is thanks. Firefly Revolution says, fuck JD. I hate JD, he's a clown. I agree. He is a clown. Unsubscribed from WWE on YouTube. Host Firefly's Funhouse, hello. Should go check trademarks to see if the Fiend, more trademarks on the Fiend character and all that entails. I'm pretty confident the majority of them belong to WWE. Dino Dog, I know, dude, I know. Please rehire Bray Wyatt. Yeah. Maybe we could see Hollywood for Bray. I hope so. He deserves that, man. He deserves that. Have you seen the Mickey James tweet? Yes, we did read out the Mickey James tweet. She's spot on. She's spot on. And by that tweet, she doesn't mean any hate to Alexa Bliss. Let's make that clear. She made that clear as well, so. See, if he's in 90-day no-compete, Halloween would be when he could go anywhere. So, end of July, end of August, September, October, yeah. Halloween. Well, look out for AEW Halloween Nightmare. Spawn Burton says, let's all unsubscribe from WWE YouTube channel and skip Raw and SmackDown and see how their precious ratings and views drop. I don't think it would matter. Honestly, I don't. I don't think their ratings will drop significantly enough. I don't think the casual fan will even know about this, and that's the sad thing. Although, social media is a powerful tool, so it can't hurt, I suppose. That can't hurt. But then at the same time, you're not supporting other people. And I think a lot of people said this about Aleister Black. And imagine if Bray Wyatt was on the next Raw. Would you want to skip that Raw with Bray? No. Like, if this is Jeff Hardy's final month in the company, do you want to rob yourself of seeing Jeff Hardy wrestle? Obviously, he's not going to be on Raw. It's an example. But you don't know. And it's a very tough situation. It's a very tough situation for a fan. The ratings isn't how you make them change. Don't show up to the arenas. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Don't buy your tickets. That's, if you want to make a statement, stay at home. Or go to the arena and chant, "We want Bray." Like, they can't cut that out of the live broadcast. If you are vocal in that audience, chant, "We want Bray." He gonna tag with Buddy Ray and become Brother Ray Dudley. Brother Bray. Brother Bray, I like that. That's funny. Thinking about AEW taking over WWE is a weird thought. Yeah, it is. It really is. When Vince sells WWE, I definitely won't be watching. Turn Bray into new CM Punk chants. We want Bray, we want Bray. Yeah, that's a chant. That's, if you're going to a WWE show, chant it. Absolutely chant, "We want Bray." Let your voice, like, here's the thing. You, me, we are the viewers. Okay? If you haven't already, go and use the hashtag rehire Bray Wyatt. Tag everyone that you can think of. Vince, Peacock, Fox, USA. Let them see what we are feeling. Let them see the support that's out there for Bray Wyatt. Let them see it. That is the only physical way where Fox might pick up the phone and say, "Hey Vince, you know we're getting a lot of people tweeting us about Bray." And he'll say, "Oh, it's new news, it'll calm down." And then when BT Sport ring them and say the same thing, oh. And then when USA Network ring them. And then if on Raw the ratings do decrease even slightly, USA Network are going to say, Oh wait, this is because they fired Bray. Oh. I'll tell you what, okay? Here's the thing. There's only 500 of us in the chat, but you all have friends. You're all in Discords. You're all in groups. Here's what we should do. Tomorrow, during Monday Night Raw, turn it off during Goldberg and Lashley's segment. Because he is the WWE champion, is Bobby Lashley. Goldberg is a big name for a big amount of money, and they're quoting budget cuts. If people turn off Goldberg, they'll listen. They will have to listen. Are we the only ones that give them money after all? Yeah, we are. But then at the same time, so are the TV networks. And that's why it's the TV networks that you have to get to be the ones, the voice to WWE. If the TV networks demand Bray Wyatt, we'll get Bray Wyatt. It's that plain. It's that simple. The TV networks are the ones that have to be the ones to go to Vince McMahon. Vince does not check his Twitter. I can tag Vince McMahon in 1 million tweets. He's never going to see them. But if Fox and BT Sport and USA Network and Peacock all ring up Vince McMahon, he has no choice but to listen. No choice at all. Broski AJ says, why WWE? Bray was the reasons why WWE made so much money. Greener pastures for Bray. Sweet DJ 7500 says, damn. RIP the Firefly Funhouse. Yeah, man. I was going to turn off Goldberg anyway, says Brother Nero. And see, that's the thing. You have Triple H sitting there mocking us, saying, when we're upset, when we don't get things our way, we go on Twitter and we tweet about it. Yes. But if the networks phone you, you will listen, you son of a bitch. You will. It's that simple. Can Vince rehire him? Yes. Yes, Vince can rehire him. Thank you for your channel. It's a sad day. Thank you for your support. And thank you to everyone for your support. Making the theory... Let's be fair. Theory videos were never a thing on YouTube. People always done predictions and things. But there's a lot of theory videos for stuff in entertainment world. A lot of people would theorize what's going to happen here and what's going to happen in this movie and what's going to happen in the next... Harry Potter, for example. And it was something when the Funhouse started that I could see transcended wrestling. It's something that is different to wrestling. Something that was more exciting than wrestling. And I thought of the idea of doing theory videos, and I did them and I loved them. And of course other people have done theory videos as well, and other people do it. But the level of dedication I think we've given theory videos on this channel is unlike anything else. And... People are always saying to me, don't you wish you had 100k? Don't you wish you had 1 million subscribers? Yeah, of course. But I'm not fussed. Like, honestly, I'm not. I'm not. The fact we've hit 45,000 people on this channel is more amazing than I ever thought possible. Ever. In 1 million years, I never thought that was possible. So all of you guys, massive thank you for your support to me. I just, it touched me. It touched me at a time when I needed it. And we spoke earlier about my past and what it meant to me. And it's why it hurts so much, you know, because Bray is the reason I'm here today. And Bray is the reason why I was entertained to get into something again. And He's the reason I wanted to share that passion with you guys. And he's the reason why you guys then clicked the videos, and why then we had a conversation and you followed me on Twitter and Instagram, on Discord. And the amount of conversations I've had with just random people that watch this channel on Discord, it's great. It's really great. Whew. Whew. Those onions are back. Oh, man. Fangirl T. Murphy says, your theory videos got me through the pandemic. I'm more a recent fan, like a year or two, but I'm so happy I'm here. You deserve the world. See, thank you so much. That means a lot. Oh, I've totally broken this no crying on YouTube stuff, and I... Oh, man. I hope they boo Goldberg out the building. So do I. Yeah. But you see, here's the thing I really tried to create with this channel. Was obviously it was all focused on Bray. But as you can see, there's other videos up as well. We did the John Cena returns, the Sasha Banks returns, all the other videos, okay? And I like doing those. I like talking. I like wrestling. I've always liked wrestling. And it's cool that we can integrate those, and we'll have to do that a lot more now. But the cool thing is, I've always wanted this channel to be positive, and I never wanted to make a video about Goldberg's return, because I couldn't give a flying monkey what Goldberg did. Like, I don't care. I really don't care about Bill Goldberg. And a lot of people will make that video because they want the views, they want to gain a few subscribers, and they want the ad revenue money at the end of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's an easy 5k, 10k video possibly. And yeah, a lot of people want to talk about Goldberg's return. And I don't, so I didn't make the video. You can go through my channel history, it's not there. I just don't care. And this time when Goldberg come back, it just didn't feel right. And now I'm pleased I didn't support it one little bit. Oh, man. Rehire Bray Wyatt? Yeah, please do rehire Bray Wyatt. We said earlier, okay, it's okay to say he can go to AEW. But everything's got to change now. Everything's got to change. Is his new story going to be as good as the Firefly Funhouse, The Fiend? I don't know. Is the honest answer? I don't know. It's tough. It's very tough. It's very, very tough. What does he do next? Can he use Sister Abigail as a name? Like, probably not. And that's really scary. That's really, really scary. Please don't release Roman from SmackDown. I don't want to see Goldberg. I want to see Bray Wyatt. Yeah. And there's the thing. We've spoken about this so much on YouTube, especially on Funhouse Fridays. You need to invest in the future. And it's like Goldberg versus Lashley is such a bad idea, because Goldberg is not going to be there after SummerSlam. Hell, I get it. You want the moment, okay? So you bring Goldberg in, you have him wrestle Lashley on Raw in Keith Lee position, and then you bring back Keith Lee after Goldberg. You bring back Keith Lee, and you have Keith Lee challenge Lashley at SummerSlam. Yes, Keith Lee's going to lose. So what? You've built Keith Lee to the main event of SummerSlam, and he's there the night after SummerSlam. He's there the month after SummerSlam. He's someone for your future. Instead, you job him out to Lashley, and then you have him lose against Cross the next week. And he hasn't been there for a long time, and you've just buried Keith freaking Lee. Why? I don't know. This is a systemic problem right now in WWE. It really is. It's huge. It's a huge problem. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. Hope the entire arena chants Yowie Wowie on Raw. Please. Please do. See, you're on YouTube trending. Am I? I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. I don't have the Explore tab. Mine now says Schultz. Creative freedom is what wrestlers want. WWE is too old-fashioned. I agree with that. At the same point, I disagree with it in a way, because imagine if Apollo Crews turned around and said, I want to be the new Fiend, if he had creative freedom. Might be an issue. Bronson Reed tweeted. Okay, we'll have a look at Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed. Let's have a look. What's he tweeted? This can't be true. Oh man, this is why it's so shocking. Is you're seeing this reaction from the superstars. You know. Are you gonna end your channel? No. No, we're not ending the channel. I mean, let's be fair. This is not the end for Bray Wyatt. Okay, this is not the end for Bray Wyatt. Whether it's Bray Wyatt's end, it might be, but Wyndham Rotunda will be doing something, and we will follow that as well. There's still other wrestling that we want to talk about for sure. Becky Lynch's return is coming up. That's going to be cool. SummerSlam does look amazing. I think ultimately there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. The channel will change. The channel will undoubtedly have to change at this point. How? Remains to be seen. As I said earlier, I just hope you guys are with me on the journey. Zach Charles says he has the whole world in his hands. Oh man, that's a song, isn't it? That's a song. Braun tweeted, "Brother, I'm waiting." Yes, I saw that. They release Bray but keep Tozawa. In fairness, I don't think Tozawa is earning the same amount of money that Bray Wyatt is. Well, I hope he isn't. Man, there's so many tweets. This is not stopping. This is something where WWE have messed up. Without a doubt, they've messed up. That's cool. My tweet of I can happily support hashtag rehire Bray Wyatt and give him a pay rise at Vince, at Stephanie, at Triple H, at Bray, at USA Network, on Fox, BT Sport is now on 216 likes. Draven Dresden says, "No gold turd, no Oldberg. You mean I gave you an epic thumbnail for nothing?" Oh yeah. Last night, if you missed on Taz's stream, Draven Dresden did indeed create a gold turd thumbnail. That was quite funny. I did enjoy that thumbnail. Maybe we can still make that video. I mean, we got to make some kind of videos now on the channel. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. I just don't know. What's the details? Is it from WWE's decision or Wyatt? Well, the details I've seen were tweeted out by WrestleTalk per Sean Ross Sapp, and they said that this was budget cuts that was cited to Bray Wyatt. So, looks like it was WWE's decision. Apparently, Bray was ready to return in August. See, I love The Fiend, and my birthday is in August. Well, I hope you have a nice birthday, Bobby. Follow the buzzard, says Graham. Have Code Orange tweeted? Code Orange is the band that performs The Fiend's theme song. Let's have a look. Code Orange have tweeted. They tweeted out, "Gotcha on the next one, brother." Jason Baker, I didn't see this tweet, but Code Orange retweeted it, saying a GIF saying "not like this." Maybe people see this is it. I don't think this was Bray's idea. I really don't think Bray asked for this. Randy and Roman are the last relevant things left there. So sad. Has Wyatt commented yet? Not that I've seen. Not that I've seen. Has he liked any tweets? No. This is Bray's very well known for taking breaks off of social media, so this is probably a time when he's taking a break, and I don't blame him. It's on the WWE app. I'll be honest, the first time they tweeted out, I saw the tweet, someone tweeted it to me, and as I clicked it, it was deleted, and I thought, someone's hacked them, someone's doing this as a joke, you know? And then they reposted it, and I'm like, wow, you've really stuck the knife in twice here. Like, you didn't just do it once, you had to tweet it twice, didn't you? You bastards. Jaden WWE Edit says, I hope Bray tells us his thoughts about this. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. If you guys didn't know, there was a thing with the hashtag Cult of Wyndham. And we all wondered what it was. It was recently revealed that it was a podcast that he and his friends, the close friends of his, were planning to do, that I'm assuming Vince wouldn't give permission for them to do. So it obviously never happened. That could happen now. Bray can do that legally now, so I'm assuming that will start. That would be cool. What else is planned? We don't know. We just don't know. Hashtag we love you, Bray. Kyle put up a new image. In his presence, the mountains quake and the hills melt away. The earth trembles and its people are destroyed. Hashtag Cult of Wyndham. Hashtag The Fiend. Hashtag Bray Wyatt. And for those who haven't seen that, look at that. That is brilliant. That's super cool. I like that. That's a cool image. Thank you for telling me you've done that. That's cool. Harsh Pruthai, shout out to you, my friend, says, I hope you remember me. So happy and emotional to see your channel grow. So well deserved. Sorry haven't been able to support much, but we'll do now. That's okay, Harsh, man. I hope you're living life. I hope life's been kind to you. And yes, I do remember you did. Vince is a certified bumhole, says 1TS Network. No denial there. Steve Wynyard says, I know we have disagreed on Bray in the past, but what a wasted opportunity. Just look back at SummerSlam versus Balor. He was so over. Tony Khan pick up the phone. Pretty sure he will. Yeah, I think Tony Khan immediately has to pick up the phone. There's no other options. I don't think Impact Wrestling can afford a star like Bray. I don't think they can. NWA might, but I don't think they will. New Japan, will Bray want to travel to New Japan and back to America to see his family? Probably not. AEW's his likely home now, if he's going to stay in wrestling. Check Twitter. What am I checking? I don't know what I'm checking. Okay, so I've just seen this from Sean Rossap. Says, one source indicated to me that Bray Wyatt was actually discussed during a prior round of WWE cuts. Oh, that sucks, doesn't it? Check the picture I sent you, see. Oh, that's cool. I've just seen this from Sebastian, sending me a picture of a young Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas meeting Sting. That's cool. You know, Bray Wyatt has publicly said that his dream opponent in wrestling is Sting. Go and live your dream, Bray. Go and live your dream. Sting's wrestling. Sting's available. Sting is able to do it. Let's go and have that match. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not want to see Bray Wyatt in whatever new incarnation he is live out his dream and wrestle Sting? That's genuinely what you want to see, isn't it? So, I'd like to see that. Look at your Instagram DM. I'm sorry, dude, I can't. Instagram, for some reason, completely clashes with my tablet. It doesn't load. I don't know why. Canning Corner, just read your DM. I said something to the effect of being grateful to Bray for having you as a best friend, see. It's very true. I met Jesse. Me and Jesse are like super close friends. And again, it was all made through Bray Wyatt and this YouTube channel, so crazy. DJ Tatskin says, I will forever hold onto my memory of watching Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker live at WrestleMania. Such a moment. Saw him and Sting that night. That's incredible, dude. That's really cool. Oh, man. See you later, C. I'm taking a break from Twitter. I hope we get to talk more on Skype next weekend. Oh, we was planning to do it tomorrow. I think there might be a Skype call later on. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that if you're around, dude. Corbin Cook says, I'm crying. I think we all have been, my friend. All have been. Bray is smart for naming his Instagram Wyndham, not Wyatt. Yeah. Chloe is Bay says, I'm here crying. Icing Cup says, sad day for me, it stinks. I agree. I might be asleep, but I'll try to be there. Okay, cool, dude. I hope you come back to Twitter soon, my friend. You'll be missed if you stay away. Bradley sent me a picture. Brady, sorry. That's cool. That's a nice image. C, would you be able to check my Twitter DM? I'm Luco. I am trying. Honestly, dude, not just you, everyone. I promise you, I'm trying to get through everything. My Twitter DMs, as I'm sure you can imagine, are nuts. Nuts. C, thank you so much for all your cool videos and theories, and it is crazy how one wrestler, Bray Wyatt, can bring a whole community together, and it has been great being able to discuss wrestling and our own theories. It's awful about Bray Wyatt being released. I don't know what WWE were thinking. I just want to say thank you for producing these amazing videos that I have consistently enjoyed watching for a while now. So again, thank you so much, C. Thank you, dude. That means a lot. Oh, man. Oh, whoa, whew. Guys, I'm not ending the stream. I'll be back in a moment, okay? And we're back. Okay. I just needed a moment. I went and got myself a drink. I'm not supposed to be drinking alcohol, but today, I don't care, is the honest truth. Today is not the day to not have an alcoholic drink. Unless you're under the drinking age, then please don't have a drink. Yeah, let's just put that out there. I'll be honest, okay? Now, I'm supposed to go and watch WWE in September. And in fairness, it's a SmackDown show, so I wasn't expecting The Fiend to be there. But it's like right now, that hype is just not there. There's no wanting to do it, you know? Man. Cheers, I got a lager right now. It's needed, isn't it? Lennox and Positivity says rehire Bray Wyatt. Amazing Guy says I saw the Fiend debut live. That's incredible. I would have loved to have been there. It's one thing I hate about living in the UK is these kind of things just aren't available, you know. Chanel says I'd ask for a refund personally. See, well, it might not happen yet. You know, COVID's still a thing, isn't it? But honestly, I was going there to watch wrestling, and that's why I'm going there. I want to see Liv Morgan. Which, by the way, let's make this point. Where the fuck is Liv? Like, put her on TV. You've just built up the biggest babyface you've built up this year, and you haven't put her on TV. What's wrong with you, WWE? Madness. 2 weeks in a row she's not been on SmackDown. 2 weeks. Vince's desire for wrestling left him decades ago. Someone needs to replace him. It's normal for humans to grow out of these things. Do you know, I think the issue is if Vince went, I don't think Triple H takes over. I don't think Stephanie takes over. I think Nick Khan takes over. And this is a Nick Khan thing to do. So, man. And this is the upsetting thing for me is we talked about the community, we talked about these people, and we talked about everything. And watching people like Firefly Revolution, if you don't know, he's the wrestling fan on Twitter. And like he's such a chilled, cool dude. Such a cool dude. And he's been through a lot. And one of his biggest, without revealing all his dirty little secrets, one of his biggest pastimes is wrestling. One of his favourite things to do is watch wrestling, talk wrestling, and to see him now taking a break, and that sucks. You know, that sucks. To see people on Twitter, Christopher LaVenture just tweeted me, I'm taking a break from Twitter, bye everyone. People are hurt. People aren't just, oh man, that sucks, why have they done that? People are hurt, and that's really bad. That's really bad. That's a really good point. I've just seen a tweet. There is a lot of Bray Wyatt merchandise still on WWE Shop and on Euroshop. I'm assuming it actually, some of it I'm seeing it now is already on clearance. On Euroshop at least, there's a 40% off clearance sale as well. So some of the t-shirts are like £7, £8, which is super cheap. So if you want to support Bray, if you want to buy some new merch, get it now because it's there, it's cheap, and you won't get the opportunity from WWE again. So that's cheap. That's very cheap. This really shows you need to be grateful for what you have now. It can be gone in an instant. Yeah. And here's the thing. We're all talking about AEW and dream matches with Sting. That might not be what Bray Wyatt wants. We as fans do not know what happens in Bray Wyatt's mind, and he might be done with this kind of thing where you're one of the biggest names in the company and then you're released like this. That can throw your confidence, and for a lot of people it can inspire them and it can make them the next big name because they strive for that success. But for other people, it will hurt them. It will undermine their confidence, and if that happens, we might not ever see Bray Wyatt in a wrestling ring again. And if that happened, that's a criminal act. That's a criminal act. I hope Vince watches this back. And that's the thing. It's not. I've been angry. I think we've all gone through every emotion in the past few hours, and I think it's not right to be angry. It's not right. Angry is one thing because the only person you're hurting is you. It's the only person you're hurting. Callan Corner, I'm not missing your super chat this time, says, on that note, I need as much Bray merch as possible for my upcoming birthday in 2 weeks before it's all gone. I would get it now because there's a few people on Twitter talking about this merchandise because, as you just said, when it's gone now, it's gone. It's not coming back. Oh, wow. Donnie DMing me saying, I want to take my Fiend Funko Pop and cry in bed. That burnt Fiend might be the last figure. That's if it even gets made. All we've seen is a prototype. And that prototype is a computer-generated prototype. So the prototype probably doesn't even exist yet. So I doubt we'll even see that figure at this point, dude. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Host Firefly Funhouse says, let's all like and retweet tweets with hashtag rehire Bray Wyatt. Why prick on Bray though? Yeah, Marisa, I wish I knew. Maybe Bray would like to become the leader of the Dark Order. I saw a few tweets about that. And Dark Order is trending on Twitter as well for that reason. And personally, I know the Dark Order have said they don't want another leader. Now, it makes storyline sense why Bray Wyatt would be that person to lead the Dark Order. 100% it would. But is that something they want? I don't know. I don't think we'll get him in 2K22. Yeah, I doubt it. Do you think there are going to be more releases? No. Normally with releases, they do a batch of like 6 or 7, and then they might do 1 or 2 more a bit later on. This is just a sole one-off. And also, I kind of hope they don't, just because I don't think people can support other people right now. So I think if they release, Omos, I think the majority of us would say, who the hell cares? Bray Wyatt's been released. We want Bray back. And I don't think Omos would, or any other superstar would want to go on Twitter and just see, rehire Bray Wyatt, rehire Bray Wyatt, rehire Bray Wyatt, and not rehire Omos, So if they are planning more, wait a week. Wait a week at least. Let this calm down. It will calm down, unfortunately. It shouldn't. This should be something that sticks with Vince McMahon now for a hell of a long time. But... oh man, it sucks. Still no tweet from Bray. I really don't expect a tweet from Bray. I don't think he's probably in the right mindset to do that, and I don't blame him at all. I'm hoping this is fake, says Wayne. If this is fake, if this is storyline, hats off to you, WWE, because you've got all of us. Hats off. What's next for your channel? We're going to have to change up. There's no if, buts, or maybes. We're going to have to change up. I'm not planning to get rid of the Firefly in my logo at all. I am a Firefly, first and foremost, forever a Firefly. We can still make content. There's still Alexa Bliss that we talk about regularly, Liv Morgan, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena. We've made those videos. We will continue to make those videos. Theories-wise, I don't know. Things you might have missed? I don't know. Don't know. I really don't know. So one idea, and this is literally, I've been streaming for 3 hours to you guys. Before that, we made a video, and that news broke 5 minutes before that, if that. So I haven't had time to think, and these plans might change. My initial thoughts is, can we do a things you might have missed Raw? Things you might have missed SmackDown? Can we make it a show-specific show? Rather than talking about Bray Wyatt, can we talk about things in general? And maybe we can. I don't know. I really don't know. WWE let go of Bray. They did. They have officially released Bray Wyatt. C Wrestling, do you think Alexa is going to return the goddess? No. I think she's going to stay with this Lily character, playground character. Check Twitter on WWE new tweet. Check the chat. Oh, I bet I know exactly what it is. People are angry. I've seen a few of people. Change of plans. John Cena has signed the contract to face Roman Reigns for the Universal title. And the very first comment is, who gives a shit? Bray Wyatt was released. Bring back Bray. Give Bray Wyatt a contract and rehire him. Bring back Bray. Garbage booking, garbage company. Oh, come on, Bray Wyatt gif. Don't want to hear it. Y'all still in timeout after releasing Bray Wyatt. And after that, do you say goodbye to Cena, Roman, Balor, Paul, and the entire roster to stay alone with Brock and Goldberg? Hashtag The Fiend. I don't care. You release the only dark character you have. Yeah, so this is all. I could go on. There is literally every single reply is Bray Wyatt. Everyone's saying WWE is a garbage company, yet they still watch it. Right now, people are angry. Rightfully so, people are angry. People are rightfully angry. Upset and hurt as well. Like, here's a character that's touched all of us. Here's a character that has moved us and made us and inspired us. And boom. Like, they haven't even given him a fair crack of the whip. You know, here's the thing. Bring him back. This is what I would have personally done. If I was that business and I have to make a business decision. Okay, well, what are we basing this on? The pandemic? Well, that's a bit wrong. So, okay, we're returning Bray in August. Let's give him till January. If we can start to see significant merch sales, significant live attendance, significant ratings increase, let's see what we can do. And then you give him those couple of months to prove that actually, do you know what? You're worth the money on your contract. And if you're not, well, in January you get released. But to just release the man after you base everything off of pandemic era, F you. WWE has been mocking fans for saying they would stop watching since 2014. That segment did 4.4 million. And now Raw can't get 2 million to watch. Well, they predicted the future, didn't they? And this is not going to help their ratings. I can genuinely assure you, it's not going to help their ratings. Hasey, what WWE games do you have? Only the recent ones. And half of them I haven't even, like the more recent ones, I haven't even got installed on my PS5. I never bothered. Battlegrounds and 2K20. 2K20's installed because we did a few live streams on it, but Battlegrounds I just haven't even bothered installing. Mia says, I feel honestly ill and sick from this. It's too sad. I agree. Oh man, I keep seeing that tweet obviously on Twitter, and it's just shocking. It really, the first one that sent it to me, the first person that sent me the image because a tweet was deleted, I was like, that's got to be fake. Surely it's fake. Like, I don't know. Then when I realized it was real, but the tweet. Then when I realized it was real, but the tweet